No one's telling me if we're live. Are we
Hello?
live?
Hello?
Oh my god. What do we do?
Let me
never
out.
been in this situation before. Hello?
Hello?
Is anyone out there?
Help!
Someone in the chat. Super chat us 10 US American dollars if you want us to get out. Have you seen those, like, I don't watch TikTok or YouTube shorts, but occasionally I've that's just like a cadence to kind of like get people moving into the real topic of what I'm getting at. But occasionally I have friends that do. See, it's kind of leading into it. And they showed me a video where like a guy attached. Okay, I guess I need a little bit more preamble. I'm sorry. Remember the crocodile game where you press his teeth down and it's like, oh no, he bit me if you happen to get unlucky and press down on the wrong tooth. I think some guy like attached nails to that game, and 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 so they were making I think it was live, but it was on TikTok. I guess that's the thing.
You sure you're not just describing a deleted Cold Ones video?
It seemed it could be that, but I feel like it had a little bit less integrity because what they were doing was like, okay, I just need 10 more donations and I'm going to press the button, just 10 more. Oh my god. And he's like constantly like bringing his finger right up to the button and hovering and then stopping, and he's always with the same cadence. Oh my god, I'm so close to pressing this button, just 10 more and I'll do it. And then he gets a donation. It's like, okay, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to press the button. I'm going to press this in 3, 2. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh my god. Okay. I just need like $5 more and I will press this button. And he, like, literally with that exact energy and cadence for a good half hour while we were talking, we were just having this in the background, and he kept doing it.
And
to
you're
funnel
saying this
money.
was on TikTok? Like TikTok
I think it was
Live?
on TikTok. I think it was TikTok Live. And he just kept doing it to get monies because he was just like edging everybody watching and just seeing whether or not he gets stabbed with a nail. All right, I'm gonna stab my finger with the nail. I think he actually did eventually do it, and nothing happened. He pressed the right button and it didn't stab him. So that's the that's the conclusion of that story. He just got away with hundreds of dollars by getting people to think that he's actually going to stab himself. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What?
What?
Ah, man.
Okay.
Well, he didn't get too far into his story.
Yes, okay. I just realized I was muted, but I'm good now. So I was saying that, like, Ben was talking about the alligator guy, and I think that people who put themselves in situations like that kind of deserve to get hurt once in a while. So
just a little bit.
So I was explaining, there's this video of a guy. He's in this machine that's like it's basically like a bench with drones attached to it. And he's like flying in the desert, and he crashes, and he's like, oh my god, Siri, call 911, Siri, call 911. And what always makes me laugh is that he refers to the machine as a flying machine, like he's like a 1910s guy, like he's one of the Wright brothers or something. My flying machine. He's like, oh, I crashed my flying machine, and like I laugh at him saying flying machine, but I did feel bad for like the situation. I'm like, that's awful. And he did get help and he was okay. But what made me mad and go, okay, maybe you deserved a little bit of that, was that when he was in the hospital, he was like, yeah, you know, yeah, I was kind of pushing it. They told me not to do these things, but you gotta do it for the content sometimes. And I'm like, okay, so you were being a jackass, basically.
Yeah, if you're going against like expert opinion on safety regulations, yeah, it's kind of just to be expected.
I'm glad you crashed your flying machine.
And survived. Like as long as
yes,
it's good that you crashed it.
Yeah, you learned. Hopefully, you learned a lesson, even though I know you didn't.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to learn a lesson. That's the best you could be given.
Welcome everyone. Also, Ouchie, I did thank you for the money, and I said that Ben was going to stick his finger in an alligator. Now,
yes, thank you. Sorry if it didn't. Yeah, it's we did acknowledge you. You just didn't hear it.
Sorry about that. Hayden, say something, and then the chat just confirm that you can hear Hayden.
Hi.
Yeah, did you hear Hayden screaming when we started? I hope so.
Hayden did like the Kirby taunt.
Luckily, Discord cut out most of that.
God damn it. I hate it when Discord does that. Like, I can't just fucking like scream violently into my microphone and have it actually pick up.
Well, I don't know. Having someone scream directly into my ears is not often most welcome.
People used to do that on Skype.
But it's funny. Like, it's content.
It's funny. Yes, absolutely.
That's
no one's arguing that.
That was so fun. That was I won't say his name. It's not like a bad thing or anything. But a guy that Truth was friends with, still is friends with, was talking to someone in a call, and this was like 15 years ago, so much younger, much dumber. And he tells the guy, "You want to see you want to have a contest to see who could shout the loudest?" And he goes, "Okay." And he tells the other guy, "Okay, you go first." And the guy goes, and he screams at the top of his lungs. And then Truth's friend just goes, "Haha, you won." he just wanted him to look like an idiot.
No, that's good. That's good stuff. That's a classic.
Hayden has been misgendered twice in the chat.
Wow.
I mean, that's probably as many times. I got misgendered quite a bit on the Anime Awards stream.
I almost spit my drink out. That's really funny.
No, it's so funny. And like, my favorite part of that whole stream is that, so I'm a host on the Anime Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I was put on 3 different categories, and 2 of them was like suggested by Kamimashita. One of them being Anime of the Year, and like I had barely seen any anime from last year, but I was like, oh, sure, I'll get on it. I know about Precure and Prepara. And then, like, I don't think they included much of me shitting on whatever Prepara season they put on Anime of the Year. But, fuck, what was I? Oh, yeah. So I'm in chat, like, watching the stream as it's happening. My name on Twitch is Mermaid Melody Forever. And I'm pretty sure they don't know that's who I am, because why would they?
Yeah.
But so throughout the stream, I'm like I'm in a call with some of my other friends. Some of them, I believe, also being on the stream. I think Mumi was in call. And anytime that I or like Mumi and Sai from the Weeb crew would show up, we'd just be like, oh, I fucking hate this guy.
Oh, okay.
And at some point, I just start, like, every single message that I send, I just type something into Google Translate into Chinese, and then I send, like, my message in Google Translated Chinese.
People do that on Dueling Network, and it's infuriating.
It is pretty funny,
like,
when it's, like, a live stream.
And then I remember there was a guy who was doing that, and I was like, okay, whatever, dude. Anytime you put it in the chat, he would put something in Chinese. And then he like did.
You just gotta hit him back with the Chinese rap.
You do have to hit him with the Chinese rap. Ben, can you play this? Hold on.
Yeah.
That's another fucking.
I don't even know if my music's coming through on stream.
It should be. I hear it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because I'm watching the stream on my second monitor, and I got it muted. Okay.
So before you play that, I was talking to someone on Dueling Book, and there's an archetype that I like to play in Edison format called Machina. And people always say the name Machina because it looks like it's spelled more like Machina.
Yeah.
So someone asked, like, hey, do you pronounce it machine? And they like wrote out phonetically, do you pronounce it like machina or machina? And I said, well, it should be machina based on the katakana. And then when I said based on the katakana, they replied with this.
All right.
Columbus. Jet's Pizza is on Uber Eats. Get a buy one,
Jet's
get
Pizza,
one for
Jet's
$4.99
Pizza
That's-
ad,
only on Uber Eats.
They sent me a Jet's Pizza ad.
and also a
That's-
Dick scorecard ad.
This, oh my god.
Here we go.
This is what.
Wow.
What's so funny about that video too is that the like picture on the video itself is Jin, I think his name is.
Mhm.
You ever listen to Jin? I think we've
No.
talked about this before.
I don't think I have, no.
Oh, so you don't know about that album?
No. No.
There's a song with Kanye on it, but what's really great about that album is like so many of the songs are about him being Chinese. There's a song on that album called Learn Chinese, and he's like, I'm about to teach you Chinese. And it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't finish my story. So I'm typing in Chinese in the r/anime awards chat, and like by the end of it, I get timed out. I'm like, what the fuck? And like I can't comment on the credits of the stream or anything like that, or like even anime of the year because I'm timed out. And I'm like, I got timed out for fucking speaking Chinese? This is bullshit.
That's so racist.
Right? They're discriminating against my heritage.
Cannot believe it. Man.
How did the r/anime awards go?
It went. It came
Did-
and went.
Did are the r/anime awards held at Ben? You can play your music again, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Are they held around like the same time as Crunchyroll's awards?
Well, I don't think the Crunchyroll Awards have happened yet. I'm trying to. I think the r/anime awards was like a week into this month. A week or two? 2 weeks? So, about 2 weeks ago.
I see. So I guess we've been talking for a bit. Everyone knows who me and Ben are by now. No need to introduce ourselves, but Hayden, why don't you introduce yourself to the chat?
Well, as I already said, I'm Chinese. My name's Hayden. I don't think there's too much else like to me aside from being Chinese.
I see.
Really all you need to know about a person.
I
I just drank my first Dr. Pepper in years.
Oh my
'Cause, like,
God.
I just found out that apparently in Stockholm, like, there's just
in
not...
Stockholm, China.
Yeah, in Stockholm, in China, like, there's just not Dr. Pepper anywhere. Like, I can barely find it. I saw they had it in stock at the store that I went to today, and so I got one. But like, they don't have the big bottles anymore. They only have the ones that you're meant to like share with one person.
I don't want to use the metric system, but you're saying like you mean 2 liters? Like they don't have 2 liters, they have 20 ounces.
Well, we have some like 2 liters here, but most of them
2 liter
Most of what we
liters
have
are
is
liters are
1.5.
metric, but are ounces metric, Ben?
I don't know what the fucking ounce is.
Okay.
Yeah, because metric is all just milliliters and centiliters and however.
Yeah,
however.
so we use ounces.
Yeah, so that would be 50 centiliters, which is half a liter, which is a fourth of like a 2-liter bottle.
My car gets 50 miles to the Hogshead, and I'm not changing anything.
Yeah. Well, that is interesting. That soda's like the one thing that we do use liters for, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I do remember that from like being in the States from a few years ago.
Yeah, you
Because like it was a real culture shock. Like I had already been to Texas when I was maybe 10 years old, but getting back to Maine 2 times a few years ago, I was like, there's so much variety here. There's like so much of just literally everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're only like cutting down more and more on like literally everything, not just like snacks and like pop or anything like that.
You call it pop?
It's soda too, like soda pop.
No, do your people? I just did like a Chinese bow. Do your people refer to it as pop generally more than soda?
Well, no, because it's in a different language.
Were you
don't say soda or pop.
Were you vocalizing it for me?
Yes,
for our benefit. Because that's a touchy subject. You need to know. It's depending on which part of America you're in, you'll get either praised or scorned for which term you use.
Yeah, originally being from New York, I spent 20 years calling it soda, but now living in the Midwest, everyone calls it pop, and I am not about to change my ways. I'm going to stubbornly.
I thought it was more of an age thing, because like I remember watching a Star Tropics video a few years ago, and the guy like in the video, because it's a fucking old ass boomer game, like he calls it pop, because I think they write it as soda in Star Tropics, and he was like, this game's trying to be American. Why aren't they calling it pop? We call it pop in America.
They call it pop
like, really?
in like the Midwest. So like if he's from Michigan or Ohio or any states in those areas, he would call it pop. If you're like down south, they call everything Coke. Pepsi is a type of Coke to them. And then like East Coast,
that's like the one that's the only one that's subjectively
that's
wrong.
that's like a sin against God. On the East Coast where I'm from, everyone called it soda. Chad is from the West Coast. Everyone he knew on the West Coast called it soda. But everyone in the Midwest calls it pop.
I think like upper Midwest. Like I don't know. I come from Illinois, which is like literally just straight west of Ohio where we live now. And that was always soda. Not a hint of the word pop in there.
You were also close to like St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
So maybe like you have like St. Louis is like a big city. It's like a metropolitan area, right? Maybe like,
but like by close I mean like 60 miles away from it, and that was like I always refer to it as like the pseudo South. So it was kind of like a melting pot of all different types of American cultures where I grew up. Maybe that's why I'm so worldly and beloved by all types of people.
My area was also considered like a melting pot to some degree. I wasn't. It was called New York, but maybe not as much as.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, not as big as rural Illinois. Hayden. It's funny that Weird Proc joins, and who I know from various Discord groups. Funny enough, doesn't know who Ben is. Ben, explain yourself.
I feel like not many people know who Ben is. I am Ben, first of all, and I don't know. I don't really have like a home in any foothold of the internet. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on another YouTube channel called Good Time Zone, where mutual friends of John and mine are playing video games and stuff. I make comics. I edit videos professionally, which by the way, you can find, you can go to my link tree. It's linktree.com/kreke.editing. It's KREKE.editing if you want to hire me.
Did you ever get that Anime Men job?
No, I didn't. I never heard from them. I think when I heard back from them, they were just politely saying, we've got enough people working for us right now. We're good. But they seem pretty cool, so it would be cool to work for them if they ever need it someday.
Yeah, did you see the short they uploaded? It was all over my Twitter this morning.
No.
It's where they're fighting the author of Vinland Saga.
They're fighting him?
Yeah, they're doing like a gag where they're like,
did you see that interview they did with him?
I didn't. I know that there was I know that they did some stuff with him because Sai from the Weeb crew got like a they had the Vinland Saga author do like a little personalized video for him because he's a big Vinland Saga fan. And I remember that. But
Well,
that,
Sai is more into Planetes.
okay, so okay,
But I think
interesting.
both Mumi and Sai like Vinland Saga quite a bit.
Okay. I think Sai
But,
had Vinland.
Planetes
I think
is-
Sai had like season 2 as one of his top 10 anime of the 2020s.
Well, Planetes is his favorite anime of all time.
Okay. He is generally a big fan of that author.
Yes.
Okay. Case closed.
So they're fighting.
But yeah, they're fine. I can
Mr.
play.
Vinland?
We can play the video.
Yeah.
Hold on. What would I search it? It was just on Twitter, and most people posting it didn't know. I don't think most people realized it was the anime men that he was fighting. They were just like, "Oh, the author of Vinland Saga did a funny video."
Just search Vinland Saga anime, man.
Let's see.
In the meantime, Crossbones flag. I'm from the East Coast, but most of my family grew up in the Deep South. So soda. So I soda, but grew up with older people saying Coke for everything. I'm wondering if Coke is maybe being phased out a bit. It's been a while since I've been to the Deep South.
But they even call it Coke for like Fanta?
I
Like anything like that? Or do they just have Coke?
guess so. I think they just call it Coke, just factually incorrectly.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just doesn't work. It's Coke is a brand name. It's
And a flavor.
well, yeah. I mean, because there's cola is like the flavor. That's what you get with most of the non-root beer brown sodas. I guess is the best way to describe them. And so it's Coca-Cola and then shortened to Coke because the Coke part is their brand. Okay.
I sent
Someone
it.
sent me the video.
I guess if you want to, maybe I can get it to play here. It's like a one of those, you know, like a TikTok kind of.
I see you still have the animated background up. Can probably just pull up Ben's stream afterwards.
Yeah, let me just pull up Ben's stream now. Actually,
Yeah, I feel awkward reminding you because it's just like, John, are you doing your job?
no,
But
I never am. Leave me alone.
okay. Here,
I'm
here,
just a
I gotta
millennial
pull-
baby.
That's true.
Let me know when you're sharing it, and we can check it out.
Sure. Just a second here. Just a second here. Is there a way to make it bigger?
For me on my end,
Yeah.
there I could zoom in a bit. How was that?
Yeah, and now let me put our guys over. There we let me move Hayden out of the way. I'm gonna move you closer to oops.
Doing good, doing good.
Hold
I think
on,
you can also get rid
I
of the
al- I-
lower icons for us.
I almost got this. Okay, there we go. We're scooted.
Nice. And like, is there like, if you hover over the square showing like who's talking in Discord, can you minimize those?
Let me see.
Because that way you can probably get like almost the full screen of what I'm sharing.
I don't think I can
Yeah,
minimize those.
the right in the middle, right above Hayden's icon,
Oh,
or at the top of it.
okay. I'm seeing infinity.
That's pretty cool.
Man, how do I make it stop?
uh,
I'm just
I don't know what
picturing
you're doing.
myself like an aging, like balding guy, like in front of a Windows XP computer.
Why are you describing me?
yeah, that's really pointed. That's hitting all of John's John's insecurities.
That's
at
all my
once.
insecurities. Being a millennial, being bald, and still using Windows XP.
Okay, well, it looks like you got it going.
I did. It took a while.
all right. Well, let's check it out then. He's not actually fighting them though. What? Why?
Because he has no enemies.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's like what Vinland Saga's about.
So the anime men are just like hanging out with him, making TikToks.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I was doing that. Why can't I do that?
I like how he's wearing the Fantano Not Good flannel. He's about
The
to
what?
pull up to review the new BTS album.
Ben, we talked about this recently, how you've never seen like an Anthony Fantano video.
I guess not, because I don't even remember
He's the
talking about.
the music reviewer.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't know him. I think
Well,
I saw-
surely you know about the new BTS album, right? I'm sure
I-
you have a lot of really strong opinions about it.
We're all part of that army. My bias is Jimin.
Ooh, mine's Jungkook.
Oof.
Oof.
I've literally unloaded
what's your
all of the
BTS
information I have on that.
I
by the
mean,
way.
John, what is your BTS bias?
they're all they're all just
Yeah, they're
Oh
all.
my God,
yeah,
fucking
they're
serious.
all.
RM RM, you know, not real mother is what they call him that for a reason. He's a real mother something.
Yeah, I'm lucky I had a little bit in the chamber for that. I could BS my way out of a BTS fans.
It is crazy how like BTS put out a new album in ages, and Robin puts out a new album in ages, and both of them end on a song called "Into the Sun."
Whoa. Do you think they like planned that? Do you think they're both going into the sun?
Yeah, I think that's probably where we're all heading.
I agree. It's like that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror where everyone gets shot into the sun.
Yeah.
That one terrified me as a kid. Oh, a couple of the Treehouse of Horror scared me as a kid.
Yeah, they did pretty good at that sometimes.
Ben, who are you drawing?
I'm drawing Hayden's character. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, it's Haley. Haley is the character. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
get it
looking-
because it's my name, but it's like 2 letters swapped out.
Whoa.
It's Haley. It's just swapped out Den for Lee. Lee Den.
Exactly. And it's totally not just me. Like the way I came up with that name is totally not me just thinking about Hayley Williams from Paramore. Totally not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I thought you were gonna
that
say.
would make sense.
I thought you were gonna say you were thinking about Halley's Comet, and I was gonna say I think about Halley's Comet every day.
It's coming for us. It's gonna hit us one day.
Did you know Mark Twain was born and died during Halley's Comet?
Whoa.
True facts.
How long has Haley's Comet existed? Oh, I'll be honest, I don't know much about Haley's Comet.
Oh, it's coming around again.
Wow.
Is Haley's Comet named after Haley Welch?
I think it was named after
Yeah.
this is just a guess, but I think it was named after hold on.
Haley Bieber.
Haley Joel Osmond. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He was in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
What's their Instagram?
Haley's Comet at Instagram.com.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Man, SEO is on point.
Hayden, I forgot. You should tell people what you do. Besides get banned.
Yeah, we're
from
really
the,
we're
But
constantly
then-
getting distracted.
then besides from getting
Besides being Chinese.
being Chinese, so you're Chinese. You're banned from the Anime Awards. What else? Tell us about you. What do you do? Who are you?
I make YouTube videos. Sometimes I'm in the Kia Asylum right now, actually. I put myself there because of fan subbing, which I've been doing for how long has it been now?
Have you hit a year?
It's like, yeah, because I think it like sometime in January of 2025 is I think when we put out our first Akko batch, which is sad to think about.
No, it's
It's been so long.
You have the most productive output of any fan sub group, and I think about like
Well, not anymore because I didn't post yesterday, even though that was like posting.
You're
day.
still posting weekly, aren't you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't post yesterday, so technically, I mean, there have been, I think I've missed maybe 2 other times where I've been late like one day. This time, I actually had like a little bit more of a reason. Usually, it's like time crunch, or one time I just forgot what day it was. Actually, no, two times I just forgot what day it was, but I don't want to like make the conversation too sad, but I did post about it on Twitter how one of my favorite artists, news of his passing just came out. And
oh no, you and I were just talking about him, but not like before he passed. Because you were
yeah, because well, to establish, so Rako just passed away. He made Suketo Sanjo, which got an OVA. Like in 2020, I think.
It's very good.
It is very good. He is an arrow artist, so he draws like, well, drew 18 plus stuff, and it's really interesting because like, in general, I'm very pro-sex, pro-sexual, like expression and everything like that. But like, it's very looked down upon in the West, or not taken very seriously. So
yeah,
like the way, like I saw that news on my phone as I went up last night. Like it honestly like really shook me, because like, you know, hearing Miura's passing, like that was really sad too. But like I wasn't really, I like Berserk, but I'm not really reading it. Like I was actively like following all of Rako's stuff for years and years and years.
Yeah, I get that feeling because it's one of, you know, there are some like celebrities that die and it's like you obviously feel bad for them, but then there's ones where it's like that kind of hits like a little personally. You know, and I know a lot of people felt this way, but it did have that feeling when Akira Toriyama died, where as soon as I saw it, I was downstairs and on my living room, just on the couch, and I was just immediately checking, is this real? Is this real? Is this real? And just seeing that it was officially tweeted out. And then Ben comes down and very somberly says, "Did you hear?" And I just went, "Yeah." And then we were just like silent. Like that.
Yeah, I was like that with Tom Petty as well in 2017. I heard the news from my dad actually, and I was like, "Is this real?" And I was like in denial for at least a full day, and then, you know, news came out.
With Tom Petty, it was weird because they said that they resuscitated him. There was some sort of news where it was like they reported he died.
There was something like that.
And then they were like, "Oh, he's actually just in critical condition." And then they were like, "No, he actually died." So there was like back and forth reporting on that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really shakes you when. I guess we're getting existential a little bit, but it's just like you kind of just like, we're trained to forget that death exists a lot, and then it's just like, okay, as soon as someone we like are close enough to like emotionally to recognize it, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, it's real again. We forgot about that, and now we got to deal with that. Got to deal with the fact that death exists in our world again.
Yeah, I will say another one, which it didn't hit me hard, but I was the one that told Chad about it, and I knew that this is going to be like, this is a thing. When David Bowie passed,
oh yeah,
Chad is a huge David Bowie fan, and I remember seeing the story, the breaking news that he had passed away, and I remember Chad was just on the couch like playing video games or something, and I was like, "Hey, have you seen any of the news?" And he was like, "No." He's like, "You haven't?" I was like, "You haven't been on your phone?" And he was like, "No, I haven't looked at my phone." And I was like, "Okay, well, David Bowie just passed away." And he was like in disbelief. He had, because it was like 3 days after Black Star came out. Seriously, literally like 3 days after the album dropped. So that one was a big one, not for me, but I could tell that was big for Chad.
Yeah. But like even then, Bowie, like he was old. Stan Lee and all of these people. Like,
I mean,
you don't want to hear it.
Stanley was in his 90s, and so with that, I'm like, I understand. Like, at least he had a long and full life, so like you could take some solace in that. I feel David Bowie was like 62, and I feel like you kind of want to.
I didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, he was in his 60s. I want to say. So it's like you expect a little more time.
Right. But people like Stan Lee, you expect it to happen eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Racco specifically is that, like, the way I heard about it, or well, the way they wrote it is, I believe his brother, like, came to check on him, like, at his work desk, and he was just, I think he had an acute heart failure, like, at his work desk with, like, his manuscripts and everything in front of him.
Yeah, I read that.
And it just, like, puts into perspective that, death by overwork is a very real thing, and it's incredibly unfortunate because his latest work, I think, is easily like his best. But like he's always had it in him. I read his earlier works like this morning, and I was like, yep, he's always got it. Like his sense of character writing and everything like that, his like touches and very specific tastes in eroticism, like it's always been with him.
His beautiful tan babes.
Exactly.
Correction, he was 69. Bill and Ted reference there for anyone who remembers Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
But
yeah, overwork is a I'm glad that the culture does seem to be, at least from my perspective as a Shonen Jump fan, getting away from it. Like there's a lot more like break allowances and stuff I'm seeing from people. There's not quite as many people who are bragging about how they're going most nights without sleep to complete their work.
It's the famous you've seen the famous comic of it's Shigeru Mizuki meeting Ishinomori and Tezuka, and and Ishinomori and Tezuka are bragging about how little sleep they get, and Shigeru Mizuki's like, nope, I always make sure I get 8 hours. Always got to make sure I get my sleep. And then Shigeru Mizuki, with his one arm, lived to be 90. And Ishinomori and Tezuka both died at 60.
Yeah.
Yep.
The the statistic, which I'm pretty sure is accurate, so I'll repeat it here, but it's like being a mangaka is like statistically practically guaranteed to take like 15 years off of your life because of how much work it takes. Which is that's pretty unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
like it puts things into perspective for me as well, because like I've been trying to take more care of myself physically as well, and especially hearing Racco's passing. Like, yeah, I'm 1 day late. It's gonna go on 2, because I'm not gonna get this episode done today. But that's fine. For the people who don't know, I've been fan subbing Himitsu no Ako-chan. I finally get to talk about what the fuck I do.
Yeah, we're finally getting there. Yay!
Finally getting to the point. But I've been subbing this magical girl show from 1969, going into 1970. It's the first transforming magical girl series, I believe. Not the first one in anime form. First magical girl manga, technically, but Sally the Witch, which is considered to be the first.
There's so many caveats you have to take into account.
It's a lot of that is like very annoying, like bullshit.
I know because you're like me, and people in the comments are gonna go, actually, and you're like, I know, I'm trying to have a bit of a casual conversation.
Yeah, just one of the progenitors of the magical girl animes.
Yeah. It's one of the early ones. I've been putting out weekly episodes since, I think, July of last year. We put out a 6-episode batch at the beginning of the year, and then we kind of were just figuring things out for a while. Still figuring things out, obviously, because we're all new to this. But in July we put out episodes 1 through 25, and ever since then we've been putting out weekly episodes.
Right.
And sometimes they aren't always on time, but like 95% of the time they've been on time. So we're up to episode 62 now.
Of how is it 98? How many episodes is it?
94, I think.
94. Okay. I was going
So
to say
we're almost done.
yeah, and
which is crazy to think about.
that is insane. And you're acting like, oh, I took a break here. I'm going to be late again. My second or third time being late. Literally two streams ago, we were talking with Dylan G about one of the reasons you should support official releases is because fan subbers do it in their free time and they don't get things out very quickly, which is fair. I mean, they're just doing it out of, their passion for it.
Yeah.
But you have shows that have been getting subbed for 3 years now, and they're like 18 episodes into a 50-episode show. And it's just like, yeah, that's the best rate they can do because they're only working on it in their free time. This isn't their job. When you get an official release, the people working on that, it's their job. And they are doing it full time. And you can get 50 episodes done in a month, maybe a month and some change. And so you're going at an insane rate for a fan subgroup. I think like Inca Subs puts out stuff pretty frequently, but even they, I don't think do they have weekly releases? I know they tackle some different series, so maybe there's one.
They did a weekly release of Marco Polo.
Well, that was because it was airing weekly, and they were subbing it as it aired. I guess that
wasn't it already like finished airing when they did it?
I don't think so. I believe it was airing weekly, and they did announce that they had found the film masters in 2021, but I don't think it began airing. Yes, it only began airing when they were subbing it because like 17 episodes into the fan subs, they stopped having the NHK watermark, and it was because NHK started mirroring the broadcast on their website, and the stream on their website didn't have a watermark, so they could use like clean footage without an NHK watermark after around episode 18 or so.
Do they have that for all of the episodes yet?
No, I made a little fun AMV just for my friends and stuff with Marco Polo footage, and for the clips I used that were before that, I had to actually like crop it out a little.
Mm-hmm. They did a really good job on that show, though. I haven't like fully seen it yet, but what I've seen of it is incredibly impressive.
It's
and to be fair, they're also like leagues better than me. Obviously, they've been at it for much longer, so they have more experience. But like Inca are the absolute like best in the game. Like I don't think anyone else comes even close to toppling like their level of quality. At least when it comes to subbing stuff that hasn't already been subtitled. When it comes to more popular shows that people like to make fan subs of. Like those are cool and they tend to be like really high quality. It's not really what I prioritize a lot of the time. I'll watch those for special occasions. Like I recently rewatched Watamote, and I decided to watch a fan sub of it instead of the Crunchyroll.
I think it was Sentai who dubbed it or subbed it.
Well, it's on Crunchyroll as well, so whoever
subbed it, yeah,
did the official subtitles. And the fan subs for it were really good too. I felt like they captured the characters very well, which is usually like kind of my thing with fan subs because there aren't really any strict rules or anything like that. You just kind of follow your own tastes, which can be fine, and I think it's good for the people who like translator notes or for the people who like honorifics and everything like that. It's good to have that alternative. But that's not always going to be guaranteed when it comes to, let's say something that Inca would release, because you only have their release pretty much.
I actually wanted to get Inca on. I reached out to who did I reach out? Was it Togue? I think I reached out to him. And he seemed seemed to only be against the idea because he has an accent, and he's like, oh, I don't think people will understand me. Which I've actually had with a couple people. There's a couple of people who run blogs about retro anime that I'm like, you should come on like a stream and we could talk about stuff. Your stuff needs more exposure. And they've been like, oh, I'm like European and my accent is not made for videos or streams. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
I do get it. Because, like, at least speaking from personal experience, like, Twitter doxes you now, so I can't really escape it. But for a very long time, I would hide the fact that I'm Swedish. I mean Chinese. Because people would just be, like, really weird about it. Like, no one could ever just be, like, normal about it. And as soon as literally anyone would find out about that, like, they would get really, like, kind of weird about it. And some would be kind of obsessive. And some would be...
Do you know PewDiePie?
Exactly.
Man, that's
so
interesting.
I do get it.
It is. You pointed this out. It is weird that the default meatball in I'm sorry to bring this up. You brought up the default meatball in the United States is the Italian meatball. Because I remember you mentioning that when you went through the United States, you were like, "Where's the Swedish meatballs? We're known for our meatballs." And you literally have to go to IKEA to get Swedish meatballs.
That's the only place you
that's so strange.
can get them.
Yeah, that was so weird whenever we go to, like, Hannaford to just go grocery shopping, me and my now ex. Like, what the fuck? They only have Italian? I didn't even know. I mean, yeah, I guess Italians have, like, spaghetti and meatballs. Like, fine, but that's literally our fucking national delicacy.
Yep, the American meatball is by default Italian.
Yeah, I guess it's because America has so many more, like, you know, Italian immigrants that established themselves in America. But
yeah, like James Rolfe
and John from Mercury
Yeah,
Falcon.
Famously.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I don't see too many Swedish Americans. At least not like a consistent point where I actually hear them talking about their culture. Like,
you didn't, Dylan G. You didn't know IKEA sold food? They have a food court.
Yeah,
they have that over here too.
I feel like wasn't that like a big meme? It was just like IKEA.
I think the Costco food court was the one that was the meme.
Maybe that. Okay, maybe I'm getting them mixed up.
But IKEA does have a food court.
I feel like part of it is probably like a tourist thing. Because, like, we have it over here too, and I imagine, like, the reason for that is, you know, they want foreigners, like, who come in, maybe, if they're not just visiting IKEA for fun or whatever, I don't know why they would, but, you know, foreigners always want to be trying out whatever national foods or holidays or, you know, whatever is special to that country. Like, everyone wants to try out at least once. So I feel like, you know, the food courts in IKEA, it's not really something you'd go to because you want to have food there. It's more like, oh, well, I'm like in city right now, so might as well like try it out instead of actually like going to a proper like restaurant or something.
Yeah. Huh.
It is interesting seeing people talk about your fan subs, and I know you got a little mad, and I understand where that frustration comes from, but I would not please don't take it out on the children. They don't know better. Where people are like, so are you guys going to do Sally the Witch next? And it's like can't you be it's kind of like you know, a YouTuber puts out a big video and then the first comment you get is, when's the next video? It's like,
when's part 2?
Yeah, when's part 2? And it's like, it's good. You don't want to be the Linkara Power Rangers rant. Stop asking when's the next episode. You know, you don't want to be that guy, but I understand the frustration of like, man, I just did 94 episodes of Himitsu no Ako-chan. Please don't ask me to do 100. What is it? I think Sally's like 100 episodes.
However many episodes Sally is, I don't even want to.
Yeah, 100 episodes.
God,
it's kind of
It's weird because like I've been having, and you've been seeing this too because you're in the channel, but like internally within my group, I've been thinking quite a lot recently about like what potentially to do next. And the thing with me, and this is like, I'm like this with group watches as well, because in my Patreon server, we'll occasionally do group watches. Well, at least used to. Well, maybe they'll happen again, but attack number 1 was so fucking dog shit.
I haven't.
Like,
it's so funny. Everyone seemed to like it, but I was like struggling. I didn't finish it. I'm still 71 episodes into attack number 1, and I'm not gonna mark it as dropped. I'm not dropping it. I'm not putting it on hold. I just haven't picked up the next episode yet. But I have 30 more episodes to go.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I apparently
No, but like
I got the feeling
thing about it is,
yeah, go on.
well, what I was gonna say is like anytime I decide on a group watch, like I'll do a poll, maybe like, oh, out of these shows, like which ones do you want to watch? And then always like last minute I change it to something else like on the spot because I just feel like it. And that's how we ended up watching Flame of Recca, and that ended up being a mistake.
It's so funny how many people were filtered by Flame of Recca. I
don't even think like Mumi and Sai showed up, and they show up for fucking anything.
They were the biggest defenders of attack number 1. They were like, actually, it's pretty good, and I was like, I don't know.
No, they like it, and you know that's great for them and everything. I'm glad that they got something out of that show. But it's funny that like Flame of Recca is where they draw the line. Which, you know, fair enough. Flame of Recca is awful too.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but John complained about it for weeks straight.
Dude, whoever runs the Retro Crush Twitter account fucking loves Flame of Recca. And they constantly tweet about how great Flame of Recca is. And
I don't get it. That one episode has really good like action
animation. Yeah, the one episode! The fucking one episode with Norio Matsumoto animation. I get it. It looks good. The fight is stupid. I'm dying.
The show is just ripping out fucking Yu Yu Hakusho.
It's just I need to find it. Cuz I was actually getting things together for the potential Anime Jeopardy. I'm not going to say too much, but there was potential for an Anime Jeopardy game with some people. And I was thinking one of the categories for this Anime Jeopardy could be guess the anime from the Mal review. But
that's good.
I couldn't find enough that were like funny. That were funny and also gave you enough clues to try and guess what it is without just saying the name of the show. Yeah. But I did find one for Flame of Recca, and I was just gonna like censor out the Flame of Recca part where he mentions the name of the show. I was just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna read it. This is it. This show, called Flame of Recca, is a ridiculously retarded version of Yu Yu Hakusho. I will give credit where credit is due. They did a great job of combining Hiei and Kurama into one character, but other than that, it's a pitiful mistake of a show and is unworthy to be deemed an anime.
Unworthy to be deemed an anime. That's harsh.
Yeah.
Not harsh enough.
Harsh but fair.
The one thing about Flame of Recca is the ending was so bad I laughed really hard, and it did make me go, I'm glad I saw that. So, because like if you don't,
you should find the post from Izzy where he recorded our reaction to it.
I'll retweet it. It's so funny. So I'm gonna spoil Flame of Recca for everyone in this chat. I literally don't give a shit if you're like, oh, but I was gonna watch Flame of Recca. Too bad. Here it is. So the anime doesn't adapt the whole manga. There is a point in Flame of Recca where they essentially have a dark tournament. It is literally just the dark tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho. Only none of the characters have cool powers. And so the problem is that the anime ends at their dark tournament, whereas the manga keeps going, and there's like more arcs, and the bad guy that's introduced as like the he's not like the Toguro, he's more like a he's not really like a Sakio, but he's not like a fighter. He's like the person pulling the strings the whole time. That character is introduced in that arc. But he goes on to be the final villain of the manga, but they don't adapt that arc. I think it's called the Hell arc, where that's like his big arc. The anime ends at the Dark Tournament, and it's so rushed that in the final round, there is a character who literally enters the ring and says, I think I just want to see the final fight right now. I forfeit. Even though their character has this whole like motif. And I'm like, okay, why did he design a character with this like Joker motif that doesn't even fucking do anything? And I checked, and in the manga, that character doesn't do that. He does actually fight. I think they just ran out of episodes. So they do the final fight. They literally rip off the shot where Yusuke does the upside down spirit gun. He literally does that in his final fight with Kurei. And then they needed to kill Kurei and then the big bad guy in the final episode. So because they weren't adapting the full manga and they just needed to get these bad guys, just kill them off in the final episode, it ends where Rekka wins the tournament, and then the king bad guy, whatever his name was, I don't even remember, is like driving away from the tournament in his car, and then the Kurei, the Togoro guy, is like appears in front of him, and the evil guy's just like, ram him, and then the car collides with Kurei and they just both explode, and that's how Flame of Rekka ends. And I was like, that is so funny that it kind of makes it worth watching this terrible show. Also,
I feel like that's how Jujutsu Kaisen should have ended. Just like some guy in a truck runs into Sukuna and they explode. I feel like that probably would have worked out pretty well. Wow. Oh, you know what? I just looked at the stream. Maybe my stream's delayed, but I'm not seeing my drawing updated.
No, it's not. Why? Oh, let me try. I'm sorry. I thought you just quit.
I wish I quit.
I thought you just gave up.
Wouldn't blame you.
Flame of Rekka is by the author of Mare.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah. Zatchbell Updates. Trey was a fan of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it is an isekai. It's
isekai.
It's a character goes to another world, but it's not like
world's first isekai.
Yeah, the world's first isekai. Speaking of isekai, is everyone excited for new Magic Knight Rayearth? Because I'm kind of indifferent towards it. Not to be a jerk or like, you know, like be like, oh, all remakes suck. And I was like, they could do something interesting or impressive. Like, there's been good remakes, just like, I don't know, nothing about it seems like it will impress me. I think all of my issues with Magic Knight Rayearth are things that are just like, they changed the manga because they thought it would work in the moment, and it kind of does, but then in the long run it just bit them in the ass. Hayden, you've seen Magic Knight Rayearth, right?
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Okay, awesome.
I have it.
I actually wanted to make like a YouTube short about this. Ben, your stream just isn't pulling up anymore. Hello?
Everything's going to shit.
Okay, well, Hayden's still here.
Well,
where's Ben?
Ben is reanimating. Magic Knight Rayearth does have the most infuriating director interview that I've ever seen in my fucking life.
What did Toshihiro Harano do?
He spends like a fucking third of that interview just complaining about CGI. Just like nothing to do with Rayearth. It's just him complaining about like, oh, it's so fucking hard working on TV anime. Which like, yeah, it sounds fucking insensitive.
He hated TV anime. Like he was so happy doing OVAs, and then the OVA market collapsed and he had to go back to TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, after talking about Racco, like, you know, it probably sounds pretty insensitive to say that, but like, I get his frustrations, watching that interview was absolutely insufferable because like I just wanted to know more about the series or like literally anything productive, but it's just him being mopey and like kind of not saying much of importance at all.
Yeah, I would say someone in the chat asked what are the issues with Ray Earth. So I was going to make a YouTube short. I could still do it. Make a YouTube short about this where the number one problem with Magic Knight Ray Earth is that in the first episode when
I guess it was died. Okay.
Yeah, you died and we couldn't hear
Wow.
you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So in the first episode of Magic Knight Ray Earth, it's Fu gives Hikaru a coin to look out the binoculars at Tokyo Tower, right? Confirmation. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
And now what's interesting is that in the anime, Fu puts the coin in the binoculars. In the manga, she goes to hand Hikaru the coin, but they are taken to Sephiroth before she could put it in the actual binoculars. Now, this creates an issue where when they get to Persea the blacksmith, they say, we don't have any money on us anymore because we spent it at Tokyo Tower. But in the anime canon, she should still have that 100 yen coin. Because in the anime, she did not put it into the binoculars.
Yikes.
Yeah, hope someone got fired
Love
over
hole.
that blunder. Yuck. Don't want to touch that.
I think I have an animation cell from that episode.
That is it the one of Persea dressed like a Native American?
Oh fucking I wish. It's it's one of Umi like stabbing a monster. And it's not like a postcard memory, but it is like an animation cell where it's just one frame of animation and they like zoom out of it to like simulate motion with the animated background, I think.
Hell yeah.
So it's a pretty cool one to have. It is a really gorgeous looking show.
It is. I think the real issues with Magic Knight Ray Earth are that they made changes in the first season to like raise the stakes that like I said, bit them in the ass for season 2 because like one of the biggest changes from the manga is that in the manga Persea lives when they get attacked by Ascot. In the anime, Ascot actually kills her, which raises the stakes, but creates an issue in season 2 when Ascot says that he was being misled and he apologizes and everyone accepts him into the group. And it's like, well, that makes sense in the manga because he injured their friend and felt bad about it. But in the anime, he like killed her. And then another thing that comes up is that Persea comes back in the manga and the anime has to go, I'm her twin sister. I know everything that she knows and I call everyone by the nicknames she called them by.
No, that's good. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's what Oda was trying to do with One Piece.
It's like some Flame of Recca shit.
That's Flame of Recca. Ben, what is with your stream? Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's back now.
Yeah. Are you still sharing your stream to us? I don't think we had to do
I'm
that.
sorry.
No, I'm just like I'm just. That's what I thought was the issue at first before I realized it was my Discord exploding.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to save bandwidth.
That's a good Haley there.
Thank you.
Kind of long fingers, I might say.
Sorry, jeez. Listen, all right. You know, my father was an AI. I still have trouble with fingers sometimes.
Oh, that's fair.
Just chop off the middle of the fingers then.
Hell yeah, that looks good.
Finger reduction surgery. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not good at coloring, so honestly, I don't think I'm going to do much more with this, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't want to see my attempt at coloring; it'll make it worse.
Yeah, it came out good. I like the shading.
Thank you. Yeah,
like
I'm actually.
Manga. What do you call that? It's not cross hatching.
Yeah, it's just hatching. Cross hatching
Yeah,
is just like using it in both directions, whereas I just went with one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that kind of manga shading.
Yeah, I'm actually submitting a manga tonight about where to a Kadokawa, the a media empire which has a manga branch is doing a global competition, and so I'm just like, I always wanted to submit one to that. And I tried doing a cover for that, which in color, and I struggled so much with it. And I did end up coming up with something I liked, but it took me hours to figure it out. It is so simple that it's kind of embarrassing that it took me so long. Here, I'll show it real quick.
Funibure hates coloring too, so I think you can sympathize.
Yeah. It's like I like how this came out overall. It's just like it went through like half a dozen iterations to get to this point.
Oh, was there an announcement about Dodge Donko?
Dodgy Donko.
They released a PV?
Sorry, I just looked at his nose and I thought it looked like an ice cream cone for a sec. Like an upside down ice cream cone. Does it look pretty good?
Thank you.
I like the subtle little gradient at the top to make it look like the sun.
Yeah.
It's like the Rikishi pose.
Rikishi pose. I'm trying to think of what that is.
It's the I can defeat you. It will take not 1 round to defeat you, but 1 minute. And then he points upwards towards the sun.
Wow. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that I read the manga rather than the anime, but it feels like there's just like a lot of stuff that I missed out on culturally for what
Get a load of this guy.
Is the it will take 1 round. It will take not 1 round, but 1 minute to defeat you. Not in the manga.
No, I mean it's just like maybe it wasn't like emphasized or as like iconic as it was in the anime. Like everyone's also talking about how like Joe was doing a 50 killer type of whistle, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, man.
It is really funny when that happens, because like I had that happen to me when I was watching Hunter x Hunter in 1999 for the first time, because I hadn't seen 2011. And when I was talking about it to my friends who had only seen 2011, I'm like, oh yeah, I really love Kurapika's introduction scene in episode 2 where he like tries to stab a spider like with a fork, and that like foreshadows his powers. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? They get on a boat like immediately. And I'm like, no they don't.
Yeah, it's interesting like how it's funny that Hunter x Hunter went for filler pretty much immediately. I'm not exactly sure what the goal was there. Maybe they kind of wanted it to be a different kind of story than what they were getting.
Well,
they made it better.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like
Nippon Animation is like known for stuff like World Masterpiece Theater, and they really sort of blend elements of that into their Hunter x Hunter adaptation. Like if you watch the opening to that Hunter x Hunter, and it's just like it's like a happy opening. You would never think this is like a violent shonen action series
until you get to the later openings.
So the second opening like is only for like, I think it's only like it's only like the York new stuff, right? Which the anime doesn't even complete. I think it completes it in the OVA.
Yeah, and the OVA loses Kazuhiro Furuhisa. I forget his name. He directed Spy Family as well. That guy is cracked. He is so fucking good. And he's the only reason like why the original Hunter x Hunter anime was as good as it was, because like the York new OVAs, I've seen so many people saying like that's the height of Hunter x Hunter, like it looks so good and everything like that. They kind of look like shit, like they're really boringly like storyboarded, whereas every single episode in the TV show has like some of the best storyboarding I've ever seen in my life. Like it doesn't have animation, like period, like which the OVAs like lean more into. But that's like not what I liked about Hunter x Hunter. But I think what I like about Hunter x Hunter is very disconnected from what most people like about it, because I think most people just like Chimera Ant, I guess, and I like Chimera Ant. I like half of it at least. Half of it is like the best stuff in the whole show, and half of it I think is kind of whatever.
I ended up liking both sides pretty good. I think yeah, I was kind of burned a little bit by the original anime because, well, mostly because the dub sucked, and I just like that association in my mind. I could never break it, even though I watched it subbed until the last OVA. I think I also just didn't like the character, like the way they drew the characters, the character designer. But like the animation was really cool, and I think anyone who is adapting Tagashi's works really needs to have a lot of like flexibility in how they portray stuff, because he certainly does. And so like the 2011 anime turned out really, really stiff by
I
comparison.
really like the character designs in 99. I do think 2011, like some of the character designs are clearly a lot better. Like, what's the black girl's name? And
Canary.
Yeah, Canary. Like, she looks awful in 99 as like a giant like red afro or something. Like, what were you? You're smoking crack. And then she looks like good in 2011. But I don't know, they both have their own merit, but at the end, like, I think Hunter Exams is still my favorite arc of Hunter x Hunter in 99. And then I really like the first half of York New in the TV show. I like 99, the TV show, because it has my favorite versions of my favorite arcs. And then 2011, most of it is just kind of whatever. It's not as good as the original, but it does have Chimera Ant, which half of it I could care less for, but I really like the stuff with Ikalgo. I think he's the best character in that arc. Him and Komugi.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, I like both parts of it. I like the shonen brain rot, but I also like when he just goes wild with it sometimes. I'm curious. Have you read the manga past the 2011 anime? Have you read the latest arcs?
I haven't read Hunter x Hunter at all.
Okay. Well,
I don't really read much manga. That's kind of changed recently, actually, because I've been trying to go to bed a little bit earlier, and I do have some manga. And so recently I finished Azumanga Daioh, which I thought was okay. Right now I'm reading Chobits, which I'm on the 5th volume of, and it's amazing. I think I might even like it better than the anime, which is like one of my top 5 of all time.
Oh,
we're a big choke.
Sorry for presuming if you read manga. Like, I was just like, if you're a big fan of Hunter x Hunter, that's the only way you can keep up with it now. That's mostly why I was just asking.
Yeah, no, I don't really feel the need to read much manga at all, because like I like anime for very specific reasons, and manga just doesn't really capture that the same way. I do like the backgrounds, I do like the greater emphasis of atmosphere, like generally speaking. I do like that it's paced in a way where it's like it is cinema, like it is moving forward at a calculated pace, and it's not like a manga where you're you know kind of blasting through a lot of the time, where it's what people generally tend to do. I try to go a bit slower and like appreciating the art and everything like that.
Yeah, there's definitely I mean, as someone who's been drawing a lot of manga style comics myself, there definitely is like an art form to trying, like, literally the whole system is built around forcing people to read at a pace that you think is optimal for the story, and using different tricks and techniques to try to do that. So it definitely is an uphill battle to try to get that to work the way you want it to.
For sure. And even when, you're someone like, I don't know, Oda, from what little One Piece I've read, like, he's incredibly good at paneling and structuring, like, he has a very good flow to his comics.
He's interesting. He's gotten actually generally worse at that over the years. That's one of the few main flaws the comic has, but
sure, but it's also been going on for what, 27 years?
Yeah, his main
So
issue is that he tries to stuff a lot of story into it, into each chapter, because he's just like he's trying to get to an end as fast as he can, and it's still taking years and years. But that's
yeah,
that's kind of his own distinct issue, though.
I haven't read that far anyway. I probably read like a couple chapters, maybe
Yeah,
15 years ago.
yeah. You probably, I'm guessing you read the earlier stuff, which in general is a lot better as far as just like layout of pages and all that.
Yeah, but you can also just name a bunch of other people as well. I'm not as familiar with manga, but people who have really good paneling. It's something that you don't really, right? I don't think most people really appreciate in the moment. Just like I don't think most people appreciate really good like layouts and storyboarding in anime when they see it. They just want to see like, more frames of animation, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that is like interesting. Like I guess that it's kind of just with any form of art where it's like you don't realize how much goes into a good piece of art until you've kind of ingrained yourself into some part of that production process yourself.
Yeah, which like as someone who makes videos and makes fan subs, which I guess like kind of ties into that a little bit because like obviously I'm not controlling anything that's actually happening in the episode, but typesetting, which is something that exists in manga too, of course, is
Mhm.
something that I have to pay very close attention to, and is something I like to believe I've gotten like pretty good at. I think I'm generally pretty good at like my font choices and um where I
Right.
place my text and the size of everything. I don't think I suck at it. I've gotten a lot better at it. It's not something I considered very much at the beginning, but considering like how long, or I guess how little time I've been doing fan subs and where we're at right now, I like to believe uh, I've grown pretty significantly since
Yeah.
we started.
It is interesting how you just have to learn stuff you never thought were things that needed learning before. Because typesetting is something that, yeah, that's something I have had to figure out too. There's just unspoken rules that you just need to either like realize that you don't know and suddenly make adjustments for. It's hard to even notice at first. Like, oh, am I doing something wrong here? I can't even tell until you actually like put it to the forefront of your mind. Okay, I have to learn this now. I need to get better at this.
Which even then, like me doing typesetting for the fan subs, like that transitions into my video making skills as well, because that's one more thing that like I've gotten a little bit better at. And drawing especially is something that I want to try to do more of, because like I want to try to draw more stuff for my videos. Right now I mostly have I commission other people and stuff, which is not going to be sustainable because I make videos very slowly and they're
Yeah.
extremely expensive to make, and few people watch them. Some of my videos have an okay amount of views, but it's not nearly like I put a lot more effort into my videos than they like get back is what I'm saying.
I was looking at your channel and I was like, well, I was in the Precure video and I remember that one doing really well. And I'm looking and it did, but then there's 2 videos after that that just didn't hit it, and that's always unfortunate.
Yeah, which like the one I did about a condition called love, that's like, okay, it's a newer show. I think it had ended recently, and personally I don't love that video. It's the kind of thing where like I was self-deprecating a little bit about not getting this episode out in time, but like realistically, that video, what I think is like my worst video, like it's still leagues ahead of what a lot of people have in their entire backlog. Like if we're being completely for fucking real.
Oh yeah.
You
like a very high standard for myself.
I was gonna say, because it looks like you privated some videos.
I did. It's It's a weird relationship, and I've talked to Kexi about this as well because like he has a bunch of privated videos from uh like like videos he would make when we would start talking again because like I had known him like 10 years ago and we talked a little bit and then we started talking again I think close to like 2020 or something like that. So we've known each other for a long time, and I've seen him like grow a lot as a creator. And like he went back to a lot of his backlog and privated some of his videos, which he can do whatever he wants with his videos. For me, I like every video that I made. I think my early stuff was very earnest in a way where like I could only have made that kind of content in that moment at that point in time. And I do think I use my inexperience to its benefit because I'm very like nervous, kind of shy and awkward in those videos, but it's I'm not trying to like parade and like be overly ironic or anything like that. Like they're very sincere videos and it's me genuinely trying to grow as a creator. So I do like those videos, but it is it's kind of a I guess I had a transitional period, literally in a way, but also not literally, because like I'm not transgender, but for a while I tried to be pretty adamant about like identifying as male, like oh I'm not transgender, I'm not non-binary or anything like that, whatever. And then eventually I I reached the conclusion that I very much am non-binary and like I can deal with people referring to me as male like if they don't know because like I get that struggle.
What if they call you female because you have a pretty lady as your icon?
Well, that's very that's funny. So I'll gladly take that. When I was coming back from America, I think in 2024, when I was on the plane, one of the people like who go along and brings everyone food, they they called me ma'am, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," when he saw my face, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's I'll it's flattering." I don't mind, but basically misgendering is only something that I like take more issue with when it's done maliciously and with intent.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's like, oh, okay, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But if people don't know, then they have no way of really knowing.
Yeah, it is strange, but people who get so mad at someone who's just like doesn't know something, like ignorance is always to be taught, not to be punished.
Yep.
I was just remembering someone who tried to weaponize that against someone. I'm not going to bring them up. They were a very annoying person. I'm not particularly a fan of them. I know Hayden's not either.
Is it the guy we talked about before the stream?
It's not. It's someone. It's someone that you're more enemies with than me. Someone who tried to claim someone else was misgendering them as a way to dogpile on them.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And then we don't talk about that subject again. We just let it sit.
Yeah.
But I watched a few of your videos, Hayden, before we got on, and I did notice, like, man, there's a lot of just like little touches in here that really would take some time. Like when you're pointing out, it was I can't remember the exact name of it. The fish that's referenced in the background of Sailor Moon is being cameoed or whatever. And the way you go through frames, and I'm pretty sure what you do is you use a mask and then blur everything else out around outside of the mask, and doing that so much. And I'm not sure if you did it yourself or if you found like a green screen of the whole
No,
like
I did
Sailor
all of that
Moon
manually.
transformation.
I do too many things manually. I waste so much time.
It's like
But
that's not
very
challenging work,
particular.
but it takes so much time. Like that's admirable in and of itself to have the patience to want to
Yeah,
do that.
I mean, the smart thing to do would be like the AVGN episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when he's pointing out the pizza that's impossible to get because you're gonna kill yourself.
I don't know
John,
that.
surely you know what I'm talking about, John,
Yes,
right?
yes, I do. From the iconic 2006 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 video game review.
Of course. Where instead of, like masking it out, he just does like a little spotlight on it,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean that's
which is something that Mike Matei in his newest not documentary but like commentary on his members only section pointed out that he really liked that particular editing choice. I felt like pointing that out. He mentioned it like at least like 5 times, I think, in that first like commentary.
yeah. But that just takes a lot. It's really admirable because like it does feel like I don't know, it doesn't feel like a really flashy editing is strictly required to get views on YouTube. So it's really just makes it feel like you're just in it for the love of the game at that point, which is makes things really feel extra like charming. And it's like, okay, this person really wants to put that effort in, which I think is one of the more appealing parts about watching videos like yours.
I appreciate that.
And it's also just something I notice a lot because I'm an editor. So it's like, oh,
No,
if
yeah,
I wouldn't want to
literally,
do
I
that,
was
then
gonna mention
find
that
it
with like
admirable.
I was gonna mention that with paneling and like storyboards and stuff like that as well. It's only something that you notice if you're actually like doing it, and
Yeah.
then no one else gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Same thing with fan subs. I put so much fucking time into typesetting some of these episodes. This fucking episode, the most, well, it's not out yet, but the next one that's about to come out, it has so much fucking shit, and it's so annoying to work on. There's one scene where it's like, it's a panning shot, and there's like 3 different signs in the shot.
Ooh.
And then there's like more that I could translate as well, but it's like it's all a waste of fucking time because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like I do it because it's like for the sake of consistency, and like to me it looks nice, so
Yeah.
it's something that I do for myself, and then I don't get like, oh, that was a really nice like cut that you did, or really nice typesetting in this episode. I get okay, so when are you doing Sally the Witch?
That's another thing is
When's the new episode?
I think people like the layman just kind of assume that fan subs appear. They don't really know how much work goes into them, and how, like, I remember when we were joking about I was talking about Star of the Giants, and they were like, why has no one subbed this? And I said, because it's from the 60s and it's 182 episodes. Two solid reasons right there why no one has subbed it yet. And they were like, what's that stopping them? There's long shows with subs, and it's like, so you're asking a team first of all, it's hard enough to get people to do a 60s anime. People don't want to touch 60s anime. Most people who are into old anime, they'll go 80s is very popular. There's some people who like 70s stuff, and then 60s has like the least amount of people fighting to get those.
No one likes 60s anime aside from like maybe like Dororo. Is there anything else that like a normal person, I say normal, like if you're into retro anime, you're not a fucking normal person.
There's some, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of act as the normal bridge to John. Like, I'm not 100% normal myself, but I at least have 1 foot in normie culture versus 1 foot in the
Yeah, but like
anime
if
wall.
you're like willingly watching 60s anime, like there's actively something wrong with you, I think. This is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, there's Dororo, there's Sabu and Ichi,
I haven't heard
Is
of that.
there? I mean, I think that show like looks really cool, and I'm sure like some people like have seen it, but it's not fully subbed.
They did. They
What
did.
is subbed
They did
is
stop it.
hard sub.
You're right. Yeah, I think it's Scarrow Hunting Society. But it was subbed recently. They are not. They aren't like old subs. And yeah, they only did get 33 episodes in.
But like Dororo is Tezuka, and it's like 2 core. So if you have like any amount of interest in 60s anime or in just anime history, if you were to watch one 60s anime, it probably would be Dororo. 'Cause it's like the most watchable, probably.
Dororo's good. I like Speed Racer. Oh, so Ouchie put Speed Racer in the chat. Yeah, I genuinely like Speed Racer. Judo Boy is fine. My issue with Judo Boy is it doesn't have an ending. It's 26 episodes, but he doesn't find the fucking guy who killed his father. Spoilers for Judo Boy. I'm sorry, Kuronai Sanshiro. Kuronai Sanshiro.
What other like 60s anime even are there?
I mean, we can name them, but they're not like, there's a lot of the Tezuka stuff, Astro Boy, Kimba.
That like people have actually
Wonder
like,
3.
seen, or that is available to watch.
Wolf Boy Ken, 8-Man, Tetsujin.
Yeah, you're just listing a bunch of stuff that like would be nice to have subtitles.
You say Shonen Poppy.
My favorite.
Or Prince Planet, as it's known in the dub. Ben, can you play? I sent you a PV. Can we watch a PV for an anime?
Oh,
that
yeah.
just got released.
Sorry, we were talking about something else. When you said
Actually,
that,
there is Hermit Village.
I was thinking. I was like, I was gonna say like Senin Boraku or whatever it's called in Japanese. I forgot what the English title was, and I couldn't also remember the Japanese title very well.
Yeah, that's gonna go viral on TikTok someday, just like Matty Erica.
Did Matty Erica actually go? We've referenced Matty Erica every stream, I think. Maybe because you keep bringing it up.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you able to see it?
I can see it. Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully, let's see if we get copyright for this. It's a PV, so
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you can try to cut it out in the edit later.
Okay.
If it does.
Say all the slurs now.
Is this? Oh, does this have like subtitles?
No.
In the closed captions.
No, Ben. This is how we roll.
You just deal with this?
Yeah.
You live like this? No, hold on.
Bro pulls up to Japan.
yeah.
Like, where my subtitles at?
Well, so I don't know. Some like if they're from like actual like cool people.
This show, I don't think this show is getting licensed, Ben.
All right.
In fact, when it comes out, I'm pretty sure I bet there's going to be fan subs before it gets officially subbed.
Oh, is this the? Oh fuck! What's the? Yeah, it's the show that I'm thinking about. What is this show called again?
Do you want me to tell you, or are you gonna guess?
I know this because I think the old show had like a couple game adaptations.
Yes, it did.
On Famicom.
Yep.
And I know that because they were done by Sunsoft. And Sunsoft is good. I talk about them in my gimmick video.
Whoa.
You know what? I think after Akko, actually, we should sub this show.
We should do Dodge Donko, yeah.
Yeah.
Dodgeball?
Yeah.
I thought about it afterwards, but like the person who asked me if we would do Sally next, like I thought about it pretty much right after replying to them, but I was like, damn, I should have told them like, no, I'm subtitling Fruit Love Island.
We see that's like the person that was like, why don't you guys subtitle Star of the Giants? And I was like, it's and I when someone was like, well, why don't you guys subtitle Star of the Giants? And I was like, my exact response was, we want to. Unfortunately, none of us know the rules to baseball. And then someone replied saying that they would help us out because it's very easy to learn. And I was I don't remember what I said at that point, but I was like, man, I guess my joke was too funny for them.
Man.
That's what you got to
What
do
you
with these
saying?
people. Like, some of them, I think you kind of have to be a bit mean towards for them to sort of learn the etiquette. But like most of the times, I just want to fucking gaslight people. Like,
I
I
do
don't
like
give a
to
shit.
gaslight people. Gaslighting people's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gaslighting because we would starve the Giants, but we don't play baseball.
We just don't know the rules to baseball.
Yeah. And like I have dementia, so I feel like even if someone would tell me the rules to baseball, like I just forget immediately.
So in bowling, a strike is good, but in baseball, it's bad.
That's confusing.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
I can never remember how many points you get when you hit the final base.
You see, bowling is a better sport because like there's no bats. Like
Mhm.
it's one less thing you have to worry about. You just like
Yeah.
throw a ball at a bunch of pins. Like that's
Yeah.
easy.
And
That is really easy.
there's only the only bowling anime involves them getting isekai'd into feudal Japan. So yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like not even about bowling anymore. I didn't watch that show.
Yeah, why aren't there more bowling animes?
They should adapt that manhwa Bowling King.
I read through so much of that. It is ridiculous.
There
I
needs
think
to be more
I think it is a
curling
good.
anime.
That is a recommend from me though. It is very fun.
I think it's the only manhwa I've heard you speak positively about.
I haven't read that many. Like, what else have I read aside from that and Solo Leveling?
I might just assume everything is solo leveling.
Also, I'm not even sure if Bowling King is a manhwa. I'm not sure if it's Korean. It might be like Taiwanese or something.
Oh, let me check it. Let me check this up now. Oh,
Yeah,
well, it's a Japanese manga series, but illustrated by Taiwanese artist Tong Ai. That's interesting. That it's
Oh, okay.
so it's still considered a Japanese manga. That's interesting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Let me.
I guess I just assumed because all the characters' names were
Not Japanese.
weren't Japanese.
Oh, and you know what? It was published in a Japanese. It looks like a Japanese. Is this a Japanese magazine that is in the Chinese language?
Oh, maybe I can read it.
This is hard to learn.
Hold on. Let me pull up a reference image for Bowling King.
Thank you. Is it? Let's see. It's probably on Mal. If Mal has like tons of Chinese and Korean stuff. Yeah, it does consider. It does label it as a manhwa.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Man, look at that! Look at that little kid.
He's got the Digimon goggles. Bowling King has a decent score on Mal.
Wow.
Well, it's a manga.
it's
I feel like
fun.
every manga is like rated way
Nice.
higher than
That's.
any anime.
Hold on. Go back.
Okay, all right, hold on. How do you navigate this? I'm on one of those weird manga reading sites. I'm not at the first page. Don't lie to me. Why is it lying to me?
It's gaslighting you.
Okay, there we go.
Hell yeah. I remember the first chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh had a panty shot that felt out of place.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I think when you're on your first chapter, you don't exactly know fully what the tone of your end product is going to be.
Oh, this can is shit.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's all that popular. I don't think they paid much. They had much.
You're telling me
dedicated
Bowling
people.
King is not popular?
It should be. I'm saying it should be.
Oh my god.
But I read through so much of this. It kind of goes through the formula of it is basically this kid is like weirdly good at bowling. He's able to just like perfectly mimic the pros on his first attempts. And so every time he has to bowl seriously to like beat a bad guy who's a gangster who's betting on bowling matches or whatever, they have to sabotage him in some way, like sticking thumbtacks in the holes of the bowling ball. And I remember I just kind of ended up like getting a little bit bored and skipping to chapter 100 something. And he's going for a 300, a perfect game, all strikes. And he's apparently doing it in some sort of mobster den, and they shoot him while he's doing it, and he still bowls a strike. And it's like, this is absolutely insane. I love how crazy it gets. And I bowled through like all of high school, so it was very personal to me. And I felt this boy's struggles throughout the entire thing.
You were also always dealing with the mafia trying to kill you.
Yeah, thumbtacks in the bowling ball holes are a common issue. You always got to look in before you stick your fingers in there.
I guess it was published in. I guess it is from Taiwan. I looked up the magazine, and it looks like. I thought that it might be a Chinese language magazine in Japan, but no, it looks like it is. I think this is a Chinese manga, or a Taiwanese. Sorry.
So it's not related to Japan in any way?
Yeah, no, I don't know what the Wikipedia for it says Bowling King is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Taiwanese artist Tong Ai.
Huh.
The fuck?
Maybe it's just Japanese in style.
It looks like it's also
They'll put anything on Mal except for fucking Scott Pilgrim.
anything for real. It is published by Akane Shinsha and serialized in New Youth Express. I think Akane Shinsha is a Japanese magazine, and then New Youth Express is Chinese.
Huh.
So I guess it's like both?
Maybe it's like published by one and distributed by another.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Huh. Anyways, go read that. It's fun. I doubt there's any place to read it officially, so just do your best out there. We believe in you.
We did just show you where to find illegal scans of it, so hopefully
Manga Town's probably legit. I mean, I don't know. I just like, I'm not gonna look it up because then I'm complicit, but I'll just assume that's a legit source. And I think that's how you can get away with it.
That's how most people do it. They just go, "Oh, it was on the Internet Archive. How was I supposed to know it was pirated?"
Exactly. That's how you get away with it.
Oh, isn't this guy like problematic or something? Oh, he isn't. Oh, well, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's like my least favorite like thing people do on social media. It's like, oh, didn't this happen? Like, you have Google, you're on your phone or your laptop or computer or whatever, like you can just look it up. It's okay to be like correct about things.
That is interesting how like it is a very common phenomenon. I probably do it to myself too. Like the fact that I'm streaming more, I'm always like, I need to become more aware of myself like saying things, because it's like, okay, is that something I just assumed, or is that something I know? I need to it's a learned skill to be able to check yourself on that kind of stuff. And so it makes it very obvious to me that our human brains are not equipped with that sense. So it makes sense why that happens a lot on social media.
I mean, it makes sense on stream because like you're streaming, and yeah, you could just look it up on stream, but like, there's a flow to streaming. If you're just some fuck like on Twitter or something, like you can just use Google. Just open a new tab and look up your information. Get a source.
That would be ideal. I'm just saying I can sympathize with why that doesn't always happen. I think it should, but
yeah.
Well, John, what else are you talking, or what else are you wanted to talk about?
I was actually just looking at Twitter because there's a couple other trailers that came out. There was a Ghost in the Shell one. We don't need to watch that because that one absolutely will get copyright.
Yeah.
There's also this.
I feel like it's usually like the random bullshit that's only popular in Japan that gets copyrighted.
Do you think Dodgeball Donko is going to get copyrighted?
I wouldn't be surprised if that has a higher chance to get copyrighted than fucking Ghost in the Shell, if I'm being real.
I don't know. The more I worry about copyright stuff, the more I realize how inconsistent it tends to be. I guess it's mostly just like if companies care enough about whatever it is they're trying to sell, because that's when like we our friend Chad, like he used to run like a Sailor Moon clip account, and it was mostly when they just started like releasing the new Sailor Moon anime that they started going after him. So it's just like I don't know, whatever they feel like going after today is what's most dangerous.
Yeah.
You could never truly predict it. Someday, Phoenix Wright music is going to be really important to Capcom, and at that point, all the videos I've done for
Oh my god.
for like gaming or whatever discussions are going down.
There's like an evil side of me that really hopes that Nintendo music gets copyrighted someday, and stuff
No.
like Phoenix Wright as well, because like, well, I guess this is like, there's always like one thing with YouTube that always like pisses me off, like just completely gets on my nerves. When Undertale came out, every single video had Undertale music in it, every single one. And I hate Undertale. I fucking hate that game. So that was like really grating for me. Thankfully, eventually, I mean, Undertale music is still very prevalent on YouTube, and like the music itself is mostly fine. It's just the overexposure, especially at the time, that really bothered me. But like, I think a few years ago, like I was really complaining a lot about the Nintendo music being used in every single video. And now it's mostly, like stream highlights from people who like just always try to play it too safe, like is always like fence sitting on literally everything and just wants to be a cozy, wholesome streamer, whatever. Like
Fuck
they're
them.
always playing
Kill them.
fuck them, kill them. Like they're always playing the fucking Mario Kart, what is it, the Coconut Mall theme. Always playing Super Mario Sunshine, Delfino Plaza.
Okay, well, I will say to defend my portion, I'm not all of this, so you don't have to kill me yet. But I will say, like, it's really hard to find music that you just like know for sure is going to be safe and secure, and it's just like, man, just go with what's. I think so. Like, again, because my experience is just like whatever companies decide at any particular moment is worth their attention to copyright claim. That's what's most dangerous, and you could never truly predict it. Like, you can to some degree, but I don't know. It's really hard to like justify that when you're trying to have a backlog of 1,000 videos and then start expecting to earn money off of them to the point where you can be reliant on it for a living. I don't know. It's something I've thought a lot about. Maybe it's specifically because I am an editor full time. I don't really use those outside of like stuff for Good Time Zone, which is just a very casual gaming thing. But yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to predict.
It's like that one guy I made fun of because he had an A&B contest, but he didn't want to get copyright, so you had to use video game music.
Okay, that's silly. That's stupid.
Honestly, I feel like most of it is just like there are some songs that every single editor uses for certain moments. Like the one Phoenix Wright song, you're always gonna use if you can picture in your head like what kind of scenarios he would use that song in. Delfino Plaza, again, like streamer funny moments, highlights. Chrono Trigger, Corridor of Time, that's used in like every single video. Like, it's just being familiar with it's basically just an alternative to Kevin MacLeod, where like
I think
when you're going to use Sneaky Snitch. McLeod.
Maybe it's pronounced differently in China.
Yeah, it's pronounced different in China. Fucking respect my culture.
Yeah, I need to be more aware. I'm sorry. But
Exactly.
but yeah, because I for a while I was using YouTube has like a stock music feature, where you can just like, okay, this stuff is guaranteed to be safe, but I realized how many people started using that, and I started avoiding that. So it's like it's a tough balance to strike, because everything you know is safe is going to be picked up by a lot of people, and that those video game music soundtracks are used by a lot of people because they actually do have, they are vastly appealing and like unique enough to feel, um to feel like, that they're not like stock music, and not, just like, I don't know, cheap. So it's a tough balance to strike, as someone who's done a lot of different types of videos for a lot of different people. Like, I use a lot of stock music from a website that I pay a subscription for, and it's so hard to find anything decent on there that doesn't sound like corporate. Like, here's 5 ways we can expand our stock portfolio. Like, how do you find stuff that's actually like decent? It's so hard, man. Like, so I don't really have an issue whenever I hear someone using that same music again, because it's like, I know the struggle. I don't know what to put there.
I guess it's just because I try to find a lot of different sources for music always. Like I don't always give a shit really. Sometimes I'll just use more popular sources because it's a video that I just need to get done
Mm.
for other people. But when it comes to like my own videos, at least, I'm always picking from. Um, a lot of it is like anime soundtracks. Um, a lot of older anime soundtracks. Generally, you can get away with using. Uh, but also like some. I do use some stuff from video games, but not really as much anymore.
The ending of my Cyborg 009 mistranslation video is awkward because I originally had it set to a Macross song, and no matter what I did, like I tried like lowering the volume of the music or like stretching the song out so that it's like slowed down a little bit. It just kept getting copyright, and I just eventually had to change out the song, and so that's why it's cut a little awkward towards the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with stuff like that. If a song is copyrighted and you can see it on YouTube, which if you like a good way of seeing if a song is copyrighted or not is just looking up the soundtrack on YouTube and then going to the description, and if you see, like a topic page on it, then okay, that's no good, don't use that. But if you don't see anything, then you can probably use that.
Yeah.
And be just fine.
That is helpful. But yeah, sometimes I just like a little trick I try to do, because like, while I say I understand everyone's struggles, I do still try to find unique music. And usually I just go through and try to find like video game music that people aren't usually aware of. It's funny that this is actually something people might be more aware of now, but Tomodachi Life I was looking at, because this was like, who remembers that game? Until of course they made the Switch one, um before they got to that, like a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, I just picked up a lot of quirky little fun music from there. But I
Right.
just try to find like games that aren't very well known, and try to find stuff from that.
You could just look up a lot of like obscure PS1 games or like PC games.
Oh
Those
yeah,
usually are pretty good.
yeah. There's a game that came pre-installed on a lot of Windows devices. It's called Fate. I think it's just Fate. And then I realized that they had just used music from an artist that my brother listens to. So he starts listening to like some like Irish, just generally like a flute playing, classical stuff, and it and then I just hear a song that comes on, and it's just the town theme of that Fate game, and it's like, man, it's so weird hearing it, hearing the original source of it, and it's knowing that, okay, this is not something they made for the game. Then some of the magic is broken at that point. Like hearing stock sound effects in TV shows, noticing that they always use the same door open sound effect for Always Sunny whenever they come inside the bar. It's it's interesting. It is kind of like it's a little bit like infuriating. It does have that kind of like emotional response to it, but I think that's just kind of like that's part of the privilege of being experienced in this kind of stuff, I guess. I am now skilled enough in media that I can get mad at this thing that nobody else would care about.
Yeah, and then like you're the one losing because no one else gives a fuck, and you're just making your life worse.
Yeah, I don't actually I don't let it affect me, I guess is what I'm saying. I always try to turn a positive spin on it. I might be kind of infuriating in that way, but I am always just like, oh man, that means I'm well versed in media. Wow, that's so cool. That makes me better.
I feel like I'm too much of an asshole. Like anytime I edit a video for someone, like it can never just be like straight, what you would expect from YouTube editing. There's always got to be like some eldritch horror like somewhere in the video or some bullshit. In the fucking Anime Men video, at the end, because I edited Johnny's review of Karikano, at the end of that I put a tier list.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this was when John was making his
I had just made it. It had come out already.
What's the fucking name of that show?
Guy Slugger?
Yeah, Guy Slugger. I put Guy Slugger on that tier list. Like they don't know. They don't know about this shitty like in joke that it's like barely even funny as an in joke, but because it's so like forced and unfunny, like that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were just talking about in my comic. There's this one little subtle detail which I find hilarious, but it would make no sense to anyone else, and it would seem like almost a mistake if you pay enough attention to it. Where it's just like, man, I find it funny to be in there, but I guess I shouldn't have it in there.
I told yeah. As soon as I read that, I sent it to Ben, and I was like, everyone else is just gonna think you're an idiot.
At least with Guy Slugger in your example, it's like anyone who knows enough to be able to point out, oh, Guy Slugger really is probably gonna find it funny. Like it's a good overlap there.
Which like that's not even gonna happen because it's an Anime Men video, and like they appeal to like pretty level 1 anime fans. I like them. I think they're cool guys, but like that is their audience, and they would not like dispute that with me.
Yep.
Are their power levels still increasing?
I mean, I guess so. Like they just have different priorities. Where like when they're making a video, I think they're incorporating anime more as like a gimmick into their videos. Like there was one where it's basically a cooking video, like a cooking contest, but it's like themed after Food Wars, and even then, like not really.
Yeah,
so it's
they definitely
like using like anime more as a vehicle.
They're more focused on just like it does seem like a very I don't know, poser way to handle things, but creating videos that appeal to people on YouTube and get in the algorithm and all that is a practice and a skill all unto itself. So if they're prioritizing that, which it seems like that's what they're doing, it's like I don't necessarily want to knock them for that. Like
which I think is fine, because in a way it's like doing more to like normalize anime. Like people say anime is mainstream now, which sure, whatever, you can say that, but like more people just making content about anime is normalizing that in society. So I think in a way, like they're very adamant on still including anime in one way or another into their content. I think that is admirable in a way, because that could have just been like a regular cooking video.
Yep.
But they're showing it through the lens of like anime, which for us maybe it's a little bit shallow, but it's putting that in people's heads of the ones watching it.
It's so funny that Team 4-Star tries to do stuff like that, and they're so bad at it. They had the video where it's Kaiser Neko trying to make drinks, and it's like they're like Dragon Ball Z themed drinks. Which, granted, that video was a last minute redirect of a different video, but still, they're so bad at trying to do content that is like anime adjacent.
I'm watching Mazinger right now as like slop content. I just reached a huge scene of Koji and Sayaka fighting each other.
Is it the one where he smashes her through the glass window?
They're fighting right now, I think. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Violence against women.
Can't believe
Man, I love Mazinger. It's my favorite show of all time.
That's why Koji Kabuto is so based.
Right? He's never done anything wrong.
So Ben, what are you drawing? Oh, it's a bowling manga.
Yeah, it's my bowling manga. Don't you remember my bowling manga? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having fun. This is my OC, my character from my manga. Check it out on Katakawa soon enough. It's gonna happen.
John, when are you gonna get partnered with Geeks Plus?
What's Geeks Plus?
And hang out. It's the agency that Trash Taste is on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Jeff Thu, I believe.
Oh, I mean, I guess I gotta get on that shit. Those are my favorite YouTubers ever.
Yeah, you should get on Trash Taste and just like
cancel everybody. Gaguk likes Chad.
Oh yeah, they watched that Anime Odyssey thing, right?
Yeah, they watched his Anime Odyssey video, and then Gaguk promoted it on Trash Taste. I always say like, oh yeah, Chad Vision of Trash Taste fame.
Shapes in chat just said, I feel like such a poser for never having heard of that mangaka Suge until he passed away today. Well, you are a poser.
I guess so. I mean, we were all thinking it, we didn't have the heart to tell you.
Yeah.
Fucking LARPs, man.
I know, they're the worst.
Right? Shapes is gonna reveal that he has like a massive collection of like Super Sonico and like Necopara figures.
I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm the poser here.
Super Sonico is the she's the character. I remember they did like an anime, and they had her voiced by Jessica Nagiri, and I remember our voice actor contact friend said that like in the industry people were pissed because it was stunt casting.
Interesting.
Is that the one with the people were saying that Rei Ayanami is doing the pose, the man with no talent, and it's like, I don't know, that's kind of a generic pose. I don't know if we could exactly say that.
You're just fucking mirroring what Aochi said.
I agree with him 100%.
Who's?
Yeah, so there's the manga that he made where it's the guy like holding his holding his arm, and it's the same position that Rei Ayanami does in the Evangelion opening, or just in Evangelion too. And someone was like, "Oh, you could see the inspiration it had on Anno," and that's
I
from
feel like it
Screwed.
was more of just an observation that people made. At least that's how I interpreted it when I read it. It's like, oh, that's kind of similar to this manga.
I'm always ripping off Ouchie's opinions. If I originally I wanted to say that Gikun bit, but I was strong-armed into having Ouchie do it, even though I was like, listen, this is my video. I need to look like the smart guy. I need to be the coolest.
Yep. You're always talking about how you need to be cool.
I
need to reap all of the ad revenue.
I'm literally smoking just to look cool right now.
It's funny. I saw like a note that you wrote.
I know.
To yourself.
This is like 2013.
Yeah. Like you never like showed this to me. It was just like a note I found.
I had fucking when I first moved out. I had like a little notebook and I would just write and draw things in it. And I left it on my desk, and then Ben found it.
And it was just like a list of things to look cool. At the top of it was smoking. Maybe it might be too dangerous.
No. It was like it just said. I think it just said smoking, and then it was and then it was upsides and downsides, and the downsides were like can give you cancer, smells bad. Gives you bad breath, ruins your teeth, and then like upsides will make you look cool.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, sorry I bought it, but it's just like
it was 13 years ago.
So John's funny all the time. Okay, I get
it. John does stupid things when people aren't looking.
Yeah, it's not just a performance. That's just how he is in private.
I also had a drawing I was really proud of where it was a Sailor Mercury's head on a dog body, and I was like really proud of that drawing for years. I ripped it out of that notebook and I just kept it in a drawer, but I don't know if I still have it anymore because I've obviously gotten rid of that desk. That desk was really old.
Yeah.
But I still do have some notebooks from the old apartment like in my closet, so I don't know if I still have those drawings or those memos to myself.
Mazinger just did a fucking roll from like Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure I know the clip you're talking about because I used it in my 70s mecha video.
Is he fighting a robot with like two giant like saws for hands?
Yeah. I used a lot of clips from that episode in particular. I thought it was a really good one.
Yeah, this episode has some pretty decent cuts.
Malicious Freak Demon, for saying Sailor Mercury is trash, you are going to be put in timeout.
Yeah, there's a list of rules here that you gotta follow.
Yeah, you can't speak Chinese in the fucking r/anime awards chat. You can't say that Sailor Mercury is trash.
Shapes just don't acknowledge it. We just need to move on. It's like when that guy showed up with the name Racist Penguin and then just typed N and then it said he was still typing and I was like, ban him quick. Don't let him get to a vowel.
Yeah, where do you think the whole Mercury part of Mercury Falcon came from? Exactly.
That is true.
No way.
I mean, Mercury's just like a really cool kind of metal. You can just it can be all goopy, it can be solid, it can be anything.
Yeah, I remember thinking about it because I had previous usernames on YouTube and other websites before the Mercury Falcon name, and I was like, but I was just doing abridging stuff, so it wasn't like anything that was notable. Nothing anyone would recognize. So when I made the Mercury Falcon account in like 2014, I remember being like, I need a name that's like catchy. And funny enough, nowadays, if I did it now, I think I would just use my real name. I would just like people tell me they like my real name, like John Falco. It's a good sounding name.
It's pretty cool. It's
and
pretty chill.
And you know, I thought about in 2014 there were some people who were starting to use their real names on YouTube. Like, I remember trying to do something like John and then something that rhymes with John, and I just kept running into that sounds like Jontron too much.
I got it, Jontron.
That's a good one. See, I wish I had thought of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided to just go username because more people were still using usernames in 2014. And obviously the name scheme I thought of was the Sailor Anima mates from Sailor Stars, where their names are like a metal and then an animal. And I also really like Sailor Mercury, so I was like, well, Mercury is a metal, and then my last name is Falco, so Falcon, Mercury Falcon.
I think it's a pretty good username.
Yeah, speaking of the Sailor Scouts, what was really funny, and we talked about this before the stream, Ben, but when Funibure and I were designing my character, a lot of it is based on, like, frankly, my own fetishes. So, like, I like scarves, I like glasses, I like long hair, I like winter clothing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's funnier is, like, after we finalized the design, which the hair was Funibure's doing, my only note was like, I want long hair, and that's what he came up with. He came up with a ponytail, and I was really happy with it. But like, afterwards, and I don't know if you've ever had this when you're designing characters yourself, but like, when you see certain characters and you start noticing a lot of similarities, you're like, oh fuck, I just made this other character.
Yeah.
So my favorite character in Sailor Moon is Sailor Jupiter. And I was like, ah shit, they kind of have like a similar hairstyle going on. The funniest one, I'm gonna see if I can find the image of this. Oh, I found it. Was this one. Where, like, it's a trans pipeline meme going from he, him to she, her. And I was like, fuck. She, her is the same character design, like, to a T. It's the same character. No.
It's different.
I'm the pipeline.
There's purple hair. There's a hair clip. Entirely different.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing. Here's what I learned from being a character design. I've designed a lot of characters. There's going to be bound to be a lot of overlap. In fact, the main character of my comic, which I will again pull up for reference because I like showing off the stuff I've done. Let's see. This in, then go here, and then let's pull up. Let's just pull up the first page here. So this is the main character of my comic, and I intentionally gave him a big pointy nose, and because I just like I think changing the nose is a huge way to distinguish a face, and he's got droopy eyes and stuff too. But ultimately, the design I came up with is probably not a coincidence. It's probably like subconsciously ended up doing that, but he just looks like exactly like Kaiji, one of my favorite anime, one of John's favorite anime, just like awesome anime all around. And so they're basically the same now, but I just learned like art style is a huge factor in a character looking unique or not. I think that honestly alone is sometimes the difference between an inspiration and a different character design. It's amazing how much that'll affect. So I don't typically worry about like, oh, this looks too similar. I think it's different enough. It's different enough if you made it versus someone else. There's going to be inherent differences in there.
I mean, that much I don't really like care as much about. It's just when you have your character and you see that, you're like, ah, shit, it is like kind of similar, isn't it? I'm not worried about like plagiarism or anything like that. It's just very funny that the far end of the fucking trans pipeline meme is my exact character, and like I'm on that spectrum. Like I'm not transgender, but I'm, you know,
You're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. So I'm getting there. It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, but the difference is enough in that it's you, and trust me, this is something that I'm always worried about, because like I'm constantly trying to think of comic ideas, and it's just like, man, that is just this thing I like over again. Like this is just Kaiji again. This is just One Piece again. But the one thing I always hear from my friends, and I always try to trust them when they say this, is that it'll be different enough if Ben makes it. It's good. It may have a lot of similar things to it because you like it, but you've got your own spin on it, and that's all that really matters.
I mean, when it comes to character design, I think most people just like throw together all of their different fetishes, and like that's their character.
I don't want to admit that, but probably
It's true. You're like, you know, you don't have to lie.
I don't have
like,
to.
I'm very open with
I'm
my
not lying
inspiration.
about it. I'm just not admitting it.
Ben's bowling
What do you
fetish.
have to lose? Exactly. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
It makes sense. If you're designing characters that you like, you're gonna want to put aspects of things you like in there. So, well, yeah, why not?
Yeah. And like before the stream, you also mentioned that like you thought of Dragon Ball when you saw it.
Yeah.
And like Funibure really loves Dragon Ball, has drawn Dragon Ball, I think,
Okay.
like pretty much his whole life. You know, very big fan of the series.
Mhm.
So that's something where like I don't immediately see it.
Yeah, there's nothing inherently in there that makes me think. I'm trying to find the source you gave me again. Here it is. So I can show it.
Or do you mean specifically from the character design sheet?
Yeah, because when I pulled it up, I was just like, oh, this kind of gives me the vibes of Dragon Ball. There's nothing specifically about it. Like the eye shape is different, but there's something about it that made me think, oh, that's got a little bit of Dragon Ball to it, and I couldn't figure out exactly what. So it's just like the vibes in general, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's all subtle influence. It'll just sneak its way in there. Man, art's silly sometimes.
More like fart, am I right?
Whoa.
So true.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm happy with that design though. I don't think there's anything I would change about it.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Yeah. And I do think it's different. I don't see enough people really like trying to pull off like a winter look.
Yeah.
That's something that's unique to me because I'm Nordic. And like it gets really fucking cold here.
I do think
It was
winter
like-
look is underused, but it's great for fashion. A lot of extra pieces you can put on someone when it's cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I probably I mean I don't have like a skirt on or anything like that, and there's like a little tie thing on her shirt that reveals a little bit of her side that like I'm thinking about like in February, because I went to see a bunch of concerts, and not a bunch, I saw a couple. I think when I saw All Time Low, it was like negative like 7 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
Which I don't know how much that is in
With this
Fahrenheit,
fucking
but-
metric system again.
right.
How many?
It's got to be close to 0, right?
How much is that in a hogshead?
All I know is that 0 Celsius is freezing point for water, and that's like 30 something for Fahrenheit. So it's got to be close to 0 for Fahrenheit.
Yeah, really fucking cold, basically. And I was fucked up that day because like I hadn't drank any water. There were like 2 opening acts. I did have to leave early because I could feel my body like physically like giving up basically.
Shutting down.
And it was really hot in that venue as well. And then like when I went out, like yeah, it was -7, but it felt pretty good. But it's the kind of thing where like you get home and then the cold kind of starts to catch up to you and be fucked up. But I'm better about that now as well.
Man. But yeah, I think that's the winter looks a good one.
Yeah.
I should I'm trying to figure out like different fashion stuff for my own characters, and it's like this is just like a normal guy in an Americanish-esque setting, not guaranteeing it's 100% Earth, but it's close enough analogous to modern day reality for me. And I'll try to figure out what do I have him wear that's interesting, and all you've got is t-shirts and jeans. That's all that
I can see like a really baggy
guys
look,
wear.
looking good for him.
Yeah. Man,
What's that Yu-Gi-Oh card? It's a spell card that lets you see one card in your opponent's hand, and it's like
The
spy.
the inexperienced spy.
The inexperienced spy.
Inexperienced spy. Do I know that one?
It's from Starter Deck Kaiba, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. That one.
Obviously, that's the first thing I think of.
You want to know what's crazy? Okay.
Were you thinking the same thing?
That it looked like he had racist lips for a second.
It's not exactly what I was thinking, but
Yeah, this is his mouth as a whole. That's his jaw.
I never realized he had eyes. He is.
Oh yeah, he's
Jesus.
scary. I thought that was a highlight for the glasses.
Yeah, he is mischievous. Do you guys say mischievous or mischievous?
Mischievous?
I think mischievous. It depends on the context. Maybe it's like, oh, if I really want to emphasize how silly this scamp is being, he's really mischievous.
I feel like it's like whenever people say the Pokemon mischievous, they also say mischievous. I actually don't know which one it is. Is it mischievous?
I think it's just
Mischievous. Mischievous? No, not yes,
Yeah, mischievous.
but us.
That's my favorite Pokemon. What are
Is
your
it?
guys' favorite Pokemon?
Mine's Blaziken.
I thought about it
Fucking
once when I was
shonen card.
13,
I know.
and yeah, and I never changed it since then. But so it ended up being Scissor.
Yeah. that's a good
Skeezor.
one. Sizor.
Skyzor.
Scizor.
I always had like an affection for the Gen 3 designs, even though everyone I knew hated Gen 3 growing up.
I did too.
Yeah, including Ben. I've always just loved the look of the Gen 3 Pokemon, and so those were always like my. Then
Is it because you grew up with Gen 3?
no, I grew up with Gen 1. I'm a Gen 1er.
Yeah, we're a bunch of old people.
But I did enjoy Gen 3. I played the games all through. I actually stopped at Gen 5, which everyone tells me I regretted, and I look back and go, yeah, I probably would have enjoyed Gen 5. I stopped after 4.
Because we were playing some Gen 6 together when we were trying to do some competitive stuff.
Yes, 2013, I think that
So
was.
you skipped the good one and went straight to the bad one. Okay.
Yep, and then they were bad. All of them were bad after that.
Varying degrees of bad, but yes.
I remember.
Yeah.
being bad.
I remember Sword and Shield just being like, "What do I do?" Like,
Oh my god.
I had no like. There's like nothing. There was like no motivation to play the game. It was like, what? I don't.
Yeah.
I kind of. It's so weird. It's not something I ever thought about while playing other Pokemon games. Like in other Pokemon games, I just felt naturally inclined to progress. But in this one, I was just like, I don't feel like motivated while playing this game. And then, it was fun exploring what was it called? The wild area? The wild?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Wild area?
It's a wild area. Yep.
Okay. I had fun exploring that area, but like, you know, once I messed around there a bit, I was like, okay, there's literally nothing else I want to do.
I have a high tolerance for like boring games. Like I play a lot of Stardew Valley, so it's just like, okay, I'll just play a game to chill. I don't need a challenge to my game. I don't need anything like that. So it's just like, whatever. I played through it, and I never bothered getting the DLC because I think that hit at a point where I didn't have much money. But but then I got really offended by Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and promised to never buy a Pokemon game again, or at least not a traditional one. I actually did enjoy Legends Arceus.
Yeah,
But that's an entirely different game, but it is a very good game. That's my favorite Pokemon game now.
you
I
know,
could have played that when I was at my ex's place, but I ended up only playing Shield and Violet, I believe. Which I do really love Scarlet and Violet. I think I don't know, me and Pokemon, I like Satoshi Tajiri's Pokemon. So like I really like the first 2 generations. I do like Gen 3, but that's like where you start to kind of lose me. And then everything after that, like you kind of lose me. But Scarlet and Violet I really enjoyed. At least the like gameplay of it.
That's a game I tried playing. I did not buy it. So I did not spend money on it because I stick to my principles, gosh darn it. But I tried playing that and I could not get into it. It's a very similar situation to what John said about Sword and Shield. It was like, why am I doing any of this? So I guess it truly had lost me at that point.
I felt like it was like different, but different in a way that felt more substantial. Because like, I played Sun and Moon a couple years ago as well, and like I bought a 3DS specifically to play X and Y when they came out, and then I never bought X and Y or Sun and Moon. But then like coming back to Sun and Moon, I was like, oh, okay, this is the one where people say like it's like really different from all of the other Pokemon games. Like it doesn't have gyms, and then like the totem challenges or whatever it's called, like they're just kind of gyms, but like a little bit different. So it's like, whatever. But Scarlet and Violet felt like much more of a like radical change.
It did.
Much more.
I think the reason I could not get into it is because I had tasted Legends Arceus and everything beneath it felt like dirt at that point.
Yeah, if I played it, maybe I would be in a similar position. I don't know. I didn't feel like playing it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna beat it in time. Because I was only there for like a month and I had only a couple weeks left of my trip when I was considering it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I liked Legends Arceus, but I never really thought that I would get into the new Legends game with ZA. And then because I edit for Good Time Zone and they're playing it there, I saw a good chunk of it of what it's all about, and I never got any interest to play it. So I guess I might just be off the Pokemon train if Legends doesn't provide me what I got with Arceus either.
Yeah.
And that was our Pokemon talk. I hope you all enjoyed that.
I was reading what Shabe said. And yeah, I skipped the best generation. I'm very well aware. I don't have anything against Gen 5.
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos of someone go over like all the generations from like a more mechanical perspective, and it really is interesting how like these games got mechanically more and more refined up until Gen 5, which was like very well balanced throughout everything, and then Gen 6 is like, I think that's probably when they got like a new just general director over it. It's like, okay, now we're going back to like pandering for Gen 1. Now we're going to add in ultra forms that break the entire pace of the game.
Well, like every generation after that had like a gimmick to it, where it's like, for X and Y it was Mega Evolutions, then it was Z moves in Sun and Moon.
Yep.
what's
Gigantamax.
what's Generation 7? Gigantamax.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then terrestrializing. It's all like different power forms, I guess you could call them. Is what they started going with, which
Well,
they
I don't know,
got better at
like-
balancing as they went, but
The
it was
combat in Pokemon is really good, and I like the depth of it. But like, when it comes to a Pokemon game, like I want to, like as soon as they start introducing like world-ending like stakes,
Yeah.
like Gen 3 started doing that shit. I still like Gen 3 in terms of like gameplay, and I do think the story at least has something a little bit more to say about the environment at the time.
Mhm.
So that one, like whatever, I can excuse it. But then after that, like every single game pretty much had to have that sort of end of the world plot to it. And to me, it just completely goes against the fundamentals of what I like about Pokemon, which is that you're a kid and you're just like happening to stumble on, stumble by Team Rocket and all of these things. Like they just happen before you.
Yeah,
And
it's just like a Gen 1, just bunch of gangsters, and just like, and you're just like stopping them because you need to get a telescope that lets you see ghosts.
yeah,
It's really silly. I mean, Gen 5 is actually it made me realize, oh yeah, Gen 5 is kind of different because that's a very kind of grounded personal story for the majority of it. Like the largest scale thing they're trying to do is incite social change to make people stop fighting Pokemon together.
yeah.
Huh.
I did play a lot of Gen 5 when it came out. I did buy Black and White 2, but that's like the last one I bought, and I didn't even really get very far into it. That was
Oh,
kind of the
that's
end
a
of
good
my
stopping point.
initial Pokemon phase. And I'm really pissed off because apparently, like, I gave away all my old Pokemon figures to someone because I didn't know where they were, and like, I'm really regretting that now because they're fucking expensive as shit now, for like no reason. Like they're so common. And like I remember on the fucking playground, like everyone would bring like Pokemon figures and like we'd do a bunch of trading and stuff. I think like the figures were more popular than the actual games because like no one I knew had a link cable, so I never actually got to like battle any of my friends or trade Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like we just do it like with the figures, and we'd all just like play the games on our own.
we
And
all
so like seeing the figures like really skyrocket in price really disappointed me. But like being a Pokemon fan now is the fucking worst because like if you're into the modern Pokemon games, like there's a lot of doom and gloom about it, about graphics or whatever. I could really care less. But then if you're a collector, if you're into the modern stuff, scalpers, if you're into the old stuff, good luck.
Yeah.
There's just no winning.
Man. Were you gonna say
It'd
something,
actually
Rob?
be-
I was gonna say all my friends played the games. Weren't really that big into the toys.
Yeah.
Did you have link cables?
Yeah, I did. I traded with my cousin.
Nice.
Dude.
I got a link cable in more recent years, like maybe 6 years ago.
Ben, you know what I'm talking about. I posted that guy who makes the shorts, and
Mhm.
the guy that makes like Nintendo shorts. They're so funny. Hey, it's a game. You know the guy I'm talking about? He talks like that.
Hey, it's a game, Nintendo shorts. I'm trying my best.
I'm sorry.
trying to-
I don't know any particular line. It's just that the cadence of his voice is so funny to me. Hold on. I know I posted it in a chat and I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And oh my god. I think people made memes of him And he was like, "Stop making memes of me. I just want to make skit videos."
I really don't remember anything like this. If you can find it, send it over.
In the chat, you know who I'm talking about, the guy who does the Nintendo skits. He has the one meme where he like tries to put an NES cart in like a GameCube, and people edited it so that he tries to put it in, realizing it doesn't fit, and then just tries to put it in again. And people edited that, and they were making, and he was like, "Stop editing videos of me. I'm just trying to make my skits." And I
just ripping off the fucking Back to the Future AVGN episode where he puts the NES card in the toaster.
That's better.
What is this guy's name? Oh my god, I can't.
John, nobody knows what you're talking about. You're going crazy.
Are you sure you're not just like imagining this guy?
Hold on.
He's not just.
This is just like a
Yes.
dream you had last week.
Okay. His name
That's just catching up to you all.
His name
Back it up.
Okay, shut up. I found it. He has over 1 million subscribers.
That means nothing in this day and age. You know this.
And his most popular video has 1 million views, and it's the best retro gaming skits. Ben, play these fucking videos. Oh my
Send
god.
it.
This, like, the jokes are so bad, but the way he says it is so funny, because he says everything in a cadence like this.
Okay, Matt, open up your birthday gift. A Game Boy. Thanks, Mom, I love this, but it's kind of hard to see the screen.
1980s gamer, of course.
What is this? Your friend Napoleon said it would help with your Game Boy. Really? Let me try it out.
Your friend Napoleon.
Yeah, now flip the switch on the side.
There's just so many like quirks about this that aren't intentional.
Sure, come on over.
Yeah. He does say
What
everything with
fucking
the
year
same,
is this?
same cadence.
Nobody's using the TV.
Is this guy just going to hibernation from like 2011?
Go to the most popular one, because I think
This
that,
video's 22 minutes.
Hello?
that's the one. Go back. Go back. His no.
Rated M. Are you? Is that better? Oh my god! Can I buy this game, please? That game is rated M. Are you 17? Actually, I'm only 15. Okay, I'll let you get it this time. Thanks. Oh man, this game is so much fun! Matthew, what are you playing? It's GTA 3, Mom. All my friends play it. This is not appropriate. What are you doing? This will teach you. No!
No.
Game Boy camera I got. Okay, I'll be right over.
Ben, I posted these, and I think I was hoping you'd see it.
I guess I didn't.
Can I try? Sure. I'll go down and hit the run button.
Oh, the Game Boy camera.
I
That
just keep
reminds me
hitting the
of
screen. Yeah, just keep hitting
a
it.
famous picture that I have.
Ah, what the heck? That scared the freaking crap out of me. Mom, this new game you got me.
That's the end of the skit. That scared the freaking crap out of me.
It's one of my favorite creations.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
Shapes
man.
knows what I'm talking about. This. Stop making memes of me.
Yeah, okay, where's that video?
Yeah, where is that video? Hold on.
I don't know, you find it.
Okay, I guess I have to. The 1980s gamer. Stop making memes of me.
Have a problem? You better switch up that attitude. Not another fight. Oh!
There's no way this is true. I just read online somewhere that
Watching
apparently you can
YouTube
turn
shorts, what is this?
I hope
A
everyone's
Zoomer? We're Zoomers now, okay? We're trying to experience the youth. Apparently someone's making memes of this guy, and it's it's very unethical.
Where is his fucking video saying stop? The one meme people were taking were just the one he does a skit where it's like Gen Z trying to play NES and they're putting the cartridge into a GameCube, and they just keep editing. They edit it so that it loops where he tries to put it in the GameCube, realizes it doesn't fit, and then just tries to do it again.
Oh, I found it.
Why is the search 1980s gamer is
You
a
found
song
it?
explained? So let me tell
This is
Send it over.
one of my favorite creations that I've ever made.
Oh, that's the yeah. The
It's
Game Boy.
the authentic cardcaptor Sakura experience, featuring the Game Boy camera.
There it is. I can't believe soccer is on the Game Boy.
That's
Let's
crazy.
see. Okay, Matt, is this
John, you just linked the same thing again. I
Oh,
want new
hold on.
videos, not this one.
1980s gamer. Stop making memes of me. Okay, it's on Instagram. Can you play an Instagram video?
I'll try.
Okay.
I just keep getting the screen. Yeah, just keep hitting.
Oh, it's muted. Hold
I
on.
got posting my videos before we got GTA 6. Stop. This is not what my channel is about. My channel is about high quality retro gaming skit content, and you keep reposting this meme about an NES game going to the GameCube. So stop doing it. I can't believe we got GameStop reposting the meme that I tell people.
You read the GameStop posting it. Okay, that's good.
Quality retro gaming content, and you keep reposting.
Yeah, I get mad if GameStop posted a meme of me too. I'll be honest.
Oh, that was Truth calling us cringe? Everyone in the chat, kill that man.
Oh my god.
Ban him.
Ban him. If I had the power to ban you like I did another person, I'd do it. But Truth, I'll say this. I liked your video on Alcon. I think I already said that, but it's it's really funny the way, I really like the way he has to like lie to investors, and then the investors are just like very reluctantly, just like zero confidence, like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite part. I love the conversation where he's like, Walmart is Walmart is in on Chaotix. We're gonna have Chaotix in 4,200 Walmarts across America. That's almost every Walmart in America. And then one of the guys is like, I went to several Walmarts. They don't have any Chaotix merchandise. And then he's like, well, because they're probably sold out. And then he's like, okay.
Man, like my dad's was a stockbroker, and so I feel like I picked up a lot of like different types of biases about this, but I'm in a phase where I'm like, man, publicly traded companies, there's a lot going against that. Like there's a lot of issues that comes to companies because their need to appeal to investors just causes a lot of issues. Granted, for 4Kids, I think they had other issues aside from that. Mostly that they didn't. It seems like they just didn't know what to do much after Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, if when Chaotix launched, if it actually had merch, it probably wouldn't have lost them as much money. That is,
for the first 2 years.
Yeah, that's insane. Hearing that was insane.
Yeah,
like 2 years without any merch. That's, oh my god. Why are you making the show?
Yeah, it feels like you might want to like hold off on the show so that you can.
Yes, it'd be like, okay, let's just not release this yet until we like.
Let's have like a global launch.
You don't get it. It's an artistic fucking statement.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not meant to be commercialized. See, every single cartoon that I grew up on as a kid was fucking art. It's not like the cartoons nowadays, which is all dog shit because I didn't grow up with them.
Well, I kind of think that is a big reason that Yu-Gi-Oh worked, is that it started out as a very as a manga just built for the sake of entertainment that was just happened to be about games, and then they did later shift to make it extremely market based to sell a card game, but at least the characters and story were kind of like developed first, which I think helped it out a lot. But yeah, for kids was a bit silly.
Yu-Gi-Oh was
wasn't it?
also like a natural sort of evolution from Pokemon, because like Yu-Gi-Oh was sold as like Pokemon for people who grew out of Pokemon when that initially released.
Oh yeah, was the Yu-Gi-Oh card game not like? I don't I don't remember years of things. When was Yu-Gi-Oh card game versus Pokemon card game?
So it is true. Yu-Gi-Oh came out right as Pokemania was dwindling, because obviously Pokemon, I believe, came to the U.S. in '98, but Yu-Gi-Oh didn't come over till 2002.
Okay. But the card game for Pokemon.
The Pokemon card game came out, I want to say '98, the same year as the anime came over to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
But also, like, no one actually tried to play the card game.
Yeah, no one was playing the card
Right.
game. People collected them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like they
Which
don't
that holds
have
true
the
to this day.
cards like in the show itself, but Yu-Gi-Oh, they actually play with the cards.
I remember seeing a video of someone talking about it, how like there's kind of like this story, this setting you're putting yourself in when you're playing a card game. For Magic, you're pretending you're a wizard and you're casting these spells.
You're called a planeswalker.
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to use a layman's terms. All right, come on.
Do you know
God.
do you know
Give me
what
some freaking
do you know
swag.
the immersiveness of Vanguard? It's one of
No.
when they start their game, they say imagine yourself on the planet Cray. And I always thought like, man, that shit's cray, bro.
And in Pokemon, you're supposed to be like a Pokemon trainer. Isn't that wild? But when in Yu-Gi-Oh, you're not like casting yourself as a wizard but rather you are imagining yourself in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh where you're playing a card game, because there's so many cards that reference cards themselves. It is like this meta story that you're involving yourself in.
It's very
immersive to play a card game.
It's one of those things that it's easy to immerse yourself in. Like reading about the creation of Kamen Rider, they talk about how a big part of, like things that kids get into are how well can the kids play this thing, and he always talked about, Toru Hirayama talked about with Kamen Rider, he liked that Kamen Rider's main move was a kick because a kid can just do a kick or a jump or a punch or a chop. Whereas with Ultraman, you always had to pretend you were shooting a beam. And so it has that immersive element. And I think
that is a big reason why poses are big too, right? That like they make iconic poses so that it's easy for people to just want to mimic them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like probably why like Precure, like it's very much about like physical combat more so than like shooting beams of magic.
But yeah, when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you can imagine yourself as someone in Yu-Gi-Oh who's playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's
you
like
play Duel Monsters. Sorry, you're in Yu-Gi-Oh playing Duel Monsters.
It's like I can actually send my brother to the Shadow Realm.
Shape says, I remember being in second grade. We played Yu-Gi-Oh in like a dedicated after-school club, and I think Pokemon was considered too old or kiddie. Imaginable. It is funny how like Pokemon has become like the Disney adult version of like video games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because they stopped being good games and became about nostalgia. Maybe that's too hot of a take, but I don't know.
There was that commercial where it's like, remember Gen 6, and it does a flashback, and the flashback is in 4:3 because Gen 6, which came out in 2013 when media was in 4:3.
Yes, but the 3DS's screen was closer to 4:3, so shut up.
To be fair, Duel Masters is not a Yu-Gi-Oh knockoff. It was a game invented to teach Japanese people to play Magic the Gathering.
And it's still big in Japan, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Dang. Okay, but what about Beyblades?
I feel like Beyblade came out during my generation, but had like an interesting resurgence when my little brother was around. Like, not that he's dead. That made it sound like he died. My brother is 6 years younger than me, so he was like I was like the end of millennials, and he was the beginning of Gen Z, and he's very Gen Z coded. And I feel like he was really into like the Beyblade Metal Fusion. I feel like I still see people talk about Beyblade Metal Fusion or that generation of Beyblade. More so than the original Beyblade series.
And I tried like looking up like what Beyblade was about like as an adult, and I really don't get it. Like with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like you play cards.
You
and
don't think Beyblade's cool?
Strategy. No.
Oh
well,
my fucking
no,
God.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun to do in real life, but in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, okay, you're playing the game and there's strategy, so you can add some like dramatic tension that comes with that. So of course you want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh the anime. But watching Beyblade the anime is just like you spin a top and then you sit there yelling at it for a while. Like what?
That was something that hurt me, and this goes back to immersion. Where in Beyblade, it felt like they were, at least the season or the episodes I watched, it felt like they were controlling the top somehow, because they would like give it commands and it would do it or something like that.
I guess so. So like, is that like something in the world that's been established though, or is it just like
so in the first season? In the first season, the bays, the beautiful bays, have a bit beast. So there's like every Beyblade has a monster inside it.
Oh. And
when the Beyblades attack, when they hit each other, the bit beast comes out of a Beyblade and they fight each other. I think later Beyblades removed this aspect, but when I watched Beyblade as a kid, I remember that there were bit beasts, and I remember learning like, oh, there's some dragon. It's like, oh, that's like the main character's bit beast. And I had a couple of Beyblades as a kid, but none of them had like very cool or iconic bit beast.
Man. Yeah, like it feels like the only input you have as a player is the one point at the very beginning of the match where you let it rip iconically, and also the pre-prep beforehand. And
you're greasing up your Beyblade.
Well, I mean, it's like,
you know how like when they do, you know how in illegal cockfights that we're always going to, they'll put like razor blades on the rooster's like talons.
Yeah.
You do that with your Beyblade, where you like hide little razor blades inside the crevices of your Beyblade.
Isn't that a thing though, where you like add different like rims and different types of?
I think so. They call it like an attack ring or a defense ring. And there's different aspects of it.
So there's all that, yeah.
It is. I think Beyblade is very comparable to cockfighting.
Yeah, it's just the most unga bunga game ever made, because like you just put two big dumb things like in a dome, and then like they hit each other.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's called football.
Yeah.
I've seen like videos of people like fashioning their own Beyblades out of like pure metal, and so they're sparking as they hit each other, and it's like genuinely like life-threatening if one of them happens to bounce out of the arena.
There was this old webpage, I doubt it exists anymore, but I remember Kieran or Lily linked it because they got into Beyblade when they were a kid, and they found this website and they had remembered it for years. And it was like a website of like secret Beyblade techniques, and it was like the flaming kick, and it's like bounce your Beyblade off the wall of the dome and launch. And it was things that are like just ridiculous and not possible to do on purpose.
When you said flaming kick, I was like, kick your opponent as they let it rip.
Yeah, bring a gun to your Beyblade. We did watch, Ben, I don't know if you were there. Me and Chad definitely watched like almost all of Bay Wheels.
I was there for the first episode at the very least.
Okay, did you watch when they initiated Judgment Bay?
I do not remember that.
That's the villains are trying to bring about an event, a cataclysmic event called Judgment Bay. And they're fighting like a terrorist group of Beyblade people.
That's awesome.
And just like Scott Pilgrim, the racist at Mal will not put Bay Wheels on Mal.
Oh my God. What would be like the hollowed shadow for of like those kinds of like toy anime? Like Beyblade Metal Fusion,
Mhm.
like final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, probably.
The last, just the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just
GX.
the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
What does it show?
Does fighting Foodons ever get fucked up?
So
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say Bakuso Kyodai Let's and Go.
Ooh, that's a deep pull.
I think it's a classic. It's one of like the premier like hobby anime, as we call them.
Oh, okay, and then Akagi.
Yeah.
Sure. No, the last one would obviously be Evangelion because it was.
Oh yeah, of course. That's just kind of a universal show that fits anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most like explicit toy commercial out of all of those.
Oh my god, we forgot Super Yo-Yo.
Oh my
fuck.
god.
I just gonna tell you, I don't give a darn.
Okay, the Hollowed Shadow 5.
There we go.
The Hollowed Shadow 5 of Beyblade. So we have Beyblade Metal Fusion. What were the other ones? Bakuso Let's and Go.
Oh, should I play this? Is this gonna get us copyrighted?
What? Don't
The
play
Bakuso.
it. Don't, no, that's for the peeps in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, watch that yourself.
Hold
in
on.
your own time.
All right, so Beyblade Metal Fusion, Bakuso Let's and Go, Evangelion, Super Yo-Yo. What was the other one?
Was it the final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
And Akagi. Yeah, this is basically my Hollowed Shadow 4 of Hobby Annie.
Yeah, but the new generation's gonna have another Hollowed Shadow 4 of Hobby, and that's gonna include like Akane Banashi and some other thing.
Someone hurts.
Yeah, we'll figure out ways to stuff in other anime, other manga.
I'm listening to the opening to Bakuso Let's and Go, and it gets me pumped for racing RC cars.
What have you guys talked about recently? Fucking
We
nothing.
kind of talked we talked about a bit of everything and mostly nothing. I think we covered like
I
everything.
don't think the past like hour or two have even mattered.
Yeah, this has just been really chill. You've just been hanging out with us. That's all that's been going on.
You've been wasting your fucking time.
It's true.
Supposed to
Yeah,
have us
the
in
topic.
background
We've
while
been
you're-
talking about the fucking topic. What
Yeah.
else do you want?
We've been talking about the Hollowed Shadow 4 of Hobby Annie. And
It's important, all right?
we've confirmed the Hollowed Shadow 4 of Hobby Annie are Beyblade Metal Fusion, Bakuso Let's and Go, Evangelion, Super Yo-Yo, and Akagi.
What about the final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
That's like, you know how Dragon Ball is like associated with like the big three? It's like,
It's the
it's
progenitor.
the father, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! The final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX inspired all of those, including Evangelion.
Yeah, it's like
Like-
a Mazinger to Evangelion.
Like if you watch the second opening to GX, don't tell me that didn't inspire Evangelion.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? I think it might be a good point to wrap it up on. We're about at 3 hours now.
Yeah. I'm getting a little sleepy. I think I need to watch some.
We've accomplished a lot today.
I think I need to watch some Galaxy Angel as well as the 1980s retro gamer or whatever his name is.
Simultaneously.
Yes, at the same time.
Yeah.
And Subway Surfers.
Can you get him on stream? Can you get him on the podcast?
If he agreed, that would be the greatest thing ever. I love I watch his compilations nonstop. I love when he just says a word that doesn't sound like a punchline and then it just transitions to the next skit. Like, oh no! And then it's just, Mom, I have to go to the store. Okay, but you gotta take your brother. Oh, okay.
Man. All right. I guess end of stream, typical stuff. You can find me on Twitter at 1000 stupid words, and also you can check out me hanging out with other people at Good Time Zone. We play video games and stuff there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. You can follow John at Mercury Falcon on Twitter.
You can.
Hayden, where do people find you?
They don't.
You just don't even look.
Don't even look.
Okay,
Don't bother.
I actually linked your channel in the description. I will.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably it.
I will.
better.
I will change that to Scott the Waz.
Thank you.
Yeah, we didn't talk
We
about
never
Scott
talked about
at all.
fucking Scott the Waz.
That was like the
He was
only
on the
thing we had on the
latest AVGN
itinerary.
episode.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I fucked up.
Cannot believe this.
That was a really good episode.
I didn't bother watching it. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm
Oh
not
my
caught up with the
God.
lore of AVGN.
Ben is so
You're
behind.
not
on-
caught up. Oh my! Oh, you guys piss me off so much. Oh,
I'm mostly caught up.
mostly. Okay, what episode are you on?
Can't even name them off the
I
top
don't-
of your head.
No, it's because
Wow.
James Rolfe is losing his hair, so I don't. I'm sorry, you can't trust bald people. You just can't.
Oh, you're just waiting for him to like put on the Skullman mask.
If he does that, that would be so based of him.
John's become a self-hating bald. Like we had a discussion about this. How it's like, okay, I think you're just seeing a little too much of yourself in them, and that's made you become a little bigoted.
So bald people are villains because God hates them, and that's why they lost their hair.
What about One Punch Man?
What
about Krillin?
He probably has a Telegram account. I would not trust him. Krillin is also a stolen valor. He has a full thick head of hair. He just shaves it.
Ted Shinhan?
Ten Shinhan is a villain and he kills people. They just don't talk. They just don't talk about it.
Okay, you're pushing an agenda. We need to stop you right now. We can't let you have this platform to talk on. We need to stop here.
I can't wait. Stop it. No, don't. What are you doing? Hold on. I've been canceled.
Oh no!
No.